Do it.
What's up, y'all? We're live. It's another Crewmaru Monday. With not even a special guest at this point. Just Ori. Ori's here.
Not special at all. Yeah.
Nah,
Jesus.
you're just part of it. That's you
Yeah.
know what I meant.
The shine is worn off. The honeymoon phase is over.
That's it.
Uh,
Now you're just
that's another
expected.
schmuck.
You're just expected here now. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll sign into this chat so I can visit and talk to people and be social. YouTube live.
I thought you're too big to talk to your audience now.
Oh, is that right? Is that how that goes?
Yeah. You're big time now, so you don't need to. You don't need to talk to anyone.
How am I? How am I even big time? All right, I'll just close the chat. I ain't even gonna say hello.
You're big enough for people to rip you off or you
Oh,
see pictures.
yeah. Let's get into that real quick. You guys might find this interesting. Thanks for bringing that up. This is pretty. That's funny. It's actually on here. So, actually, let me give credit to the guy that actually brought this to my attention. Hang on just a second. It's in my general folder here. It was. Who was this? Sorry, I've been talking to a couple of people here that, man, who the hell sent this to me? Oh,
Too many people.
dude. His name is. I'm gonna mess this up. It looks like Schlond Poofa Pete. So, Schlond Poofa Pete brought this.
French.
Said,
Nature.
"Hey Bill, I just scrolled across an ad for fixing figures loose joints that are using your YouTube videos for their ads. I don't know if you're endorsing them, but I'm attaching images of snapshots I took." And sure enough, that's my loose how to tighten basically loose joints.
He fixed it instantly.
And this, yeah,
As
apparently
also-
back in posture. This actually, like, I wasn't real mad about it until I started thinking about it. It's like I did this for a lady who, this was her son's, and their grandma had given it to him, and she had passed away, so it was a pretty special deal. So this is kind of, yeah. There's my thought. Wow, right?
Wow. Yeah, it's gonna move. Did you hit him up yet?
Not yet. No. I need to. Christine actually looked into it. Watch. I'm just gonna give her the reins, and she'll take care of it. That's what she does. If I have a problem, I just hand it over to her, and she just takes care of it.
You're gonna wind up with like a $50 million like a settlement suit
From Fantastic Baby. Apparently, that's the name of the company that was instantly fixing figures, which is crazy.
Yeah, he's not fantastic at all. He's a mean old person.
Just a mean old, not even a fantastic baby.
Yeah.
Hey Brian, hello Otaku Zero, Samurai Chris, Goober, Hoodlum, and action figure expert. What are y'all doing? How's y'all's Monday going? Did it start well? Did your weekend end well? I know my weekend ended fantastic. I got to hang out with this Joker right here, and my buddy Anthony, and we went out and we did a little toy hunting. Found ourselves a MODOK, both of us. We were too dumb to put it together.
Yeah, that was insane. They should have packed in some instructions or something.
I'm pretty
like we were just sitting here like, oh, how's it go? Oh.
Ori and I look like Dawn of Man trying to figure out how to make fire, dude. It was like, and it was weird because the hairpiece had to it was difficult because to push it in, you really had to pop the head in. I was like, man, and then both of ours
was gonna break the thing.
Yeah, and both of ours has stress marks, but I can't tell if that was because of us or because of me or
no. Literally, I think it is a widespread issue because I think everyone's just too dumb to put it together correctly that quickly. Because someone else commented on Wade's post, they were just like, man, mine has these weird stress marks on like his temples. Like, what's going on?
No, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm thinking. See if I can show it off on the camera here. Gosh, getting this face.
It's one of those things where like even like you don't see it until you like switch out the faces too. So it's not like it's like a huge like glaring thing, but you know it's there.
So I'll turn the auto on here if it'll work. Let's see if we can find this spot. I know you can't see it. I'm doing it on this other camera.
Okay.
See if I can show it to people.
Man, I love that Modoc.
Yeah, the Modoc's great.
Pain in the ass to put together, but
It's trying. You guys might see that little white spot right there. I'm having an issue here there it is. Ugh. There's that little white mark right here. This is like so hard. It's so zoomed in. There's a little white mark right there, and you can see that's a stress mark. So I think I could, dude. I'm pretty sure though I can get rid of that with some heat. I think I'm gonna try like my heat gun, and just to see.
Yeah, my hair dryer wasn't getting hot enough.
It wasn't. Ah, dang it.
No. So I just stuck it on the shelf, and I
mean, you can't really see it at all, but it's just one of those things that'll nag at you, I think.
You know, like when something's wrong with one of your figures, and like you're able to like fix it or hide it, but like you walk by it on the shelf, and you're like, I know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, you know.
You're not fooling anybody.
Yeah, you know exactly what's wrong with it. Like a little scuff on the hair or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. No more stress marks on mine. That worked. Perfect.
Oh, they're gone, huh?
They're gone. They're gone.
All right, time for me to get a heat gun.
Yeah, these, I'm trying to,
Or I can just use my oven.
Don't put it in the oven.
Boil it.
You'll notice right there that the stress mark's gone. And
there you go, free video.
All is right.
Call them Maru Minis. Just 30-second fixes.
Yeah. Hey, I thought about doing that at one time. I called it the Flash Fix, and it did not pick up. I was like, my first Flash Fix, and it turned into I think it turned into a 12-minute long video. I was like, this isn't fast at all. There's
in a flash. In several flashes.
It wasn't working for me at all. I hated it.
And then got this Iron Man.
Yeah, or we picked up the new Iron Man.
I don't know what's coming up, but
he looks cool. I like I like how solid the colors are.
Yeah, man. And like I said, I like the material that they used on this one compared to the other one.
Yeah.
Like how all the colors are molded. Like the yellow's molded in yellow, the red's molded in red. You don't have to worry about like paint scuffing or anything.
Right.
He's just fun to mess around with.
Oh, what's up? We got let's see, we got a few more people in here. We got Rob, Plastic Hours in here, and then of course my main man, Josh Smith.
Excellent.
Who I got to watch do a live stream of his own, and he was freaking amazing. He performed live, like his songs live in there. He's like, I've been kind of nervous about doing live streams. This dude performs in front, like he is a musician. Like I looked into him, I was like, my God, man. So it was cool to see that.
Rocker Josh. I don't know, it's a different vibe, you know, performing versus just like talking to people on the internet. You know, not everyone has the guts.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy to me. Brian said he was looking for a Godzilla figure and found something weird. Micro Man with Godzilla costume. Some please told what a Micro Man. Man, I have a hard Brian. I don't know what Micro Man is. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I have to guess it's some sort of microscopic man. If I have to use my powers of deductive reason. Let's put on our thinking caps. This is where you get the X-Files music playing in the background.
Yeah, and all like the algebra like equations going on in your head, geometric problems. I did actually pick these a little while. I picked these up a little while ago, which I've been seeing these around. Like these, I thought these were pretty cool. Like these little mini cars. They've got like the DeLorean. They've got G.I. Joe. But I picked up the Transformer ones because they'll go with. I've got a big character named Metroplex who is literally a city. He's a Metroplex.
That's a city.
There's that deductive reasoning again. But yeah. But these are in scale with him, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, that's real cool.
And they're painted nicely, and they're got little decals on them and stuff like that. I was like, all right on, let's do that.
Yeah, man.
I still haven't even. I did get my. I got my Dr. Fate in.
Yup. How do you like him?
The box looks great.
The box is neat.
I haven't opened this guy yet. He looks
okay.
The box is.
Yo, don't open that, man. That's $300 right there that you're holding.
Oh look, like that's how. It's already ruined.
Oh man. Yeah, but
garbage now. What am I gonna do without the box?
Did you pre-order that straight away or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I missed out on the pre-order. I was lucky enough to find a nice dude on eBay like the week before it was about to drop. I was like, search on eBay. I found one nice dude who was selling pre-orders on eBay for retail, or like what retail would be like off the Mezco site. So $120 total.
Man, that's nice.
And I was like, I'll take it. He's like, yeah, man, here. And he shipped it to me, and it got here like when everyone else was getting it too. And now it's like $300. That
is bonkers. I can't believe. It's weird how Mezco works. Like you, I don't know. I wouldn't think Dr. Fate would have been.
No.
One. I'm like, I love Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, absolutely. But most of the people that I talk to is like, if I say his name, if I say Kent, they immediately think it's Clark Kent or whatnot. Right. I'm like, no, man, like the Dr. Fate. They're like, oh. Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
And it's even though he was in Injustice as well. The video game. Injustice 2. So it's like I thought that might pick him up a little bit, but apparently he's expensive.
Yeah. I don't know how that all works. It's such a crapshoot nowadays because I remember I would not buy any of the Mezco figures from the website or pre-order them like anywhere because I was like, I want to save as much money as possible. So I'd get them on eBay and like 90% of the time I would send like an offer to the sellers. Like that's $15, sometimes $20 lower than what they're selling. And they'd give it to me like at that price. So I'd be getting like $80 Mezcos for like $65. But then the turning point, probably like this past year, like the year before, where everything was just, we're like, nah, sorry.
Yeah, not going to happen anymore.
I'm not giving you the C-list character, but it's giving Mezco, so.
Yeah, I'm interested as to what changed, or was it just the popularity? Because honestly, it's still kind of young, the company making these specific 112 collective.
Right.
Is still fairly in like the fetal state, and man, they've grown so big and so fast, like especially with their properties with Gomez and all that stuff. Baron Benz, there you go. I think he was supposed to be here Friday, but I think he's gonna be here tomorrow.
Okay, he's awesome. He's really good.
How are the ankles? The garbage?
No, I mean they're all right.
That high pitched Ori voice sounded like these are trash.
It's all right.
You're gonna hate these.
I mean, who needs to pivot their ankles anyway?
Every person alive.
Yeah, no, they're all right. Like they're like a 7 out of 10.
I'll take a 7 out of 10, man, because those Black Skull brigades were a 1, maybe a 2, because they actually did have something that moved in.
Oh yeah,
but bruh.
Yeah. The Black Skulls were like, not even. That was too much. Sorry.
Man, it was like, it was. I did that, while I was on here, and I was blown away. I was like, this is trash. I was like, Bob said he's grown. Bob said he's grown.
Mezco, come on.
He said he's grown big, sitting around doing nothing. I think he was referencing the getting too big for people. Oh my God, Bob.
Thanks.
Oh, you get to meet him. You'll get to meet Bob this Saturday.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do. I'm gonna do a live stream when you get here, Bob, and completely ruin your trip.
Yeah, Bob, get your makeup stuff with you. Your powder your nose beforehand.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're doing it live.
We're doing everything live.
I'm gonna have like at least 3 ring lights I'm carrying.
Yeah.
Around me.
Like you come in with like headphones and a boom mic. I'm like, Ori, and right over there, get it? All right. Anthony, camera 2. Oh wait, he won't be there. Clayton, camera 2.
Yep. Clayton, get out of the shot.
You're in the shot. Sorry. That's what's gonna happen. So get ready for that, Bob. I can't wait. Can't wait to make you feel like I still have to clean the grill, so that's gonna be fun.
Clean the what?
I gotta clean my grill.
Oh yeah, no, just buy a new one. Just buy a new one. You made of money?
Made of money. I made of money.
You got all that repair money.
Yeah. All that repair, man. I checked it's funny because I just haven't been getting through the repairs nearly as much as fast as I used to. I need to pick it up. I looked at my work queue that I started, and not including the ones that I have on me right now, there's 39 people in the work queue. It grows every single day since I've started it.
Do you also like rank them by like difficulty of repair or whatever? Do you have a system of that, or is it just like whoever comes in?
I try to do it in order of people coming in. Sometimes I will have somebody quote unquote jump the line if it's gonna be like, hey, I gotta send this to Corey for casting because I don't want to. I won't rush him to do a casting job, and plus, while I'm working on something, like I've got a quarter scale Michael Myers from NECA right now, and Corey's got the hip, and I'm like, I thought he could just cast it real quick and it'd be easy. Well, it turns out it was completely different from the quarter scale Ninja Turtles and the quarter scale Deadpool, which actually share the same. They share these right here, these wacky joints.
Oh, okay.
And man, let me tell you, these are a freaking nightmare. I think this is. Let's see. I think this one might be the. I can't remember which. One's a Hulk, I think, and one's a.
Yeah.
I don't know. He tried matching all these colors for me, which is awesome. And then.
Now, is that part visible, or so to color matter, or no?
You can see this kind of because think of a figure like the figures that bend like this, like their hip still has like this. It's like this. Like I bought this 1/18th Mando, and. Let's see if I can show this off. This is kind of crazy. The hips right here, you can actually see. This is kind of weird. They didn't do the peg like they did.
Okay.
He's built exactly like a Black Series, but you can see this little piece right there. That is how the quarter scales kind of are. They have this big plastic like peg that's about this big, and it lodges down in there, and then it screws together and sandwiches in this joint, and these things break all the freaking time. But
it's not just because of the joint. Both.
I can't tell. Yeah, I honestly can't tell you. It's really weird that one. And then somebody in the UK hit me up today, and they have a Batman. It's an 18-inch Batman. I don't recognize some of these figures, but it's a 18-inch Batman from them. And sure enough, I was like, I bet I can guess what broke. And sure enough, I was right. Yeah. I was like, I know. I already know what broke on him.
You're like, what a stupid break. Don't send this to me.
Well, he's in the UK, so he's like, I'm in the UK, so any help would be helpful. And I was like, I wouldn't want to ship that thing either, because good Lord. You have to ship me the whole figure. You have to, because there's unless I have the joint and I'm like, here you go, I'll send it off to you and you have good luck. You know, like if somebody has a Ninja Turtle that breaks, I do have a couple of pieces I think that I could send them. I don't know if they match the colors like perfectly, but I don't think you would. Sure. Like you said, you wouldn't notice it really. It's not that visible.
But you would know every time you walk by. You would know.
But at least it would be standing.
Yeah, true.
Man, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm actually repairing something for my own collection. It was just kind of dumb. Those photos I sent you today, like my band that's going on. Yeah. I recently, that was awesome. Yeah, this weekend I bought the Freddie Mercury with the yellow jacket on, and then I dug out my Daft Punk figures, and then I put my Marty McFly and my Hobie Brown, and I've got these. Man, our guy MCT Dog hooked me up with this Metallica set. And he was like, he gave it to me the day of, and he's like, man, it looks like Lars was partying a little too hard in the box. And dude, the arm was broken off inside the box. Yes. Like this hard plastic piece. Like here, I'll show you. this hard plastic piece that literally just goes in here
Okay.
and connects
Yeah.
to a dang arm was snap clean. I'm like, McFarlane.
McFarlane.
This was
And that was a new figure, wasn't it?
Huh?
And it was never opened, right?
No, it was still in the it was literally like still strapped in with all the wires. Although this
Yeah.
one's arms I don't think were strapped in with wires, but one of them,
Oh.
I think it was Kirk Hammett, had like 2 or 3 on just one arm. I was like, what are you with the twist ties? I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous. I was like, gosh. Anyway.
That's half my time opening those McFarlane toys. It's like clips and ties. I was so annoyed with the NECA Turtle 4-pack too, because they're like all strapped down and tied.
Oh my god.
And everything.
Oh, I like that. That was a nice little nod there to the 4-pack that you own.
Yeah.
Ori,
so flex, you know.
Ori put in mad work, and here we go. We'll show it off. There it is. This guy was like calling 30 targets a day for like 2 weeks.
Jesus, they knew who I was.
So,
you know how much of an idiot you feel like when you call the same place like 7 times a week asking for toys? You know how much of an idiot that makes you feel like? A big one.
Wade, Wade said the same thing. Whenever he said he would call and he'd be like, "Do you have the NECA?" And they're like, "What?" It's like, they're Ninja Turtles. He's like, "Okay, what are they?" It's a 4-pack of Ninja Turtles.
And then I'm telling them, and then I'm telling them, I'm like, "Oh yeah, the vendor typically comes during the week." Like I'm telling them their job. I mean, this is stupid. I don't want them anymore.
Hang up the phone, and you're like, "What am I doing?"
Yeah. You idiot! Stupid!
Why do I do that? What I do?
Embarrassing.
It's so stupid. I didn't realize though. I was looking at the package today because it's honestly I have not got a chance to enjoy them yet. Man, I feel like every weekend is packed, or every day I get home, I'm like trying to do stuff.
I was shocked, man, because I've been sending you pictures of me messing with mine. I would have thought that you would have been like messing around with yours too a whole bunch, but I guess you've been just super busy.
I am, and I'm trying to focus on so for the 13 people that are in here and the rest that is gonna watch it later, and I'll be posting this thing out. I'm gonna be doing the basically an online garage sale on May 8th. And it looks like I wish I could do it through this. I wish I could do it through Instagram, but I don't think YouTube allows that. So, but Facebook does. So I will be doing it through the Bill Maru Toy Canics Facebook page. I'll be putting up more details as we go. There's going to be, I can set up some previews of some figures that'll be on there. That'll come later. I'm trying to set up like set prices of like, and put all the figures in like a box. So it's like, this is the $10 box. This is the $40 box, whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to, it's a lot. There's a whole lot that goes onto it, and I barely have gotten started. It's kind of overwhelming. And I'm looking in here and I'm just like, the more I look at my turtle figures and stuff like that, the more I'm ready to get rid of my legends. Like, I'm just like, these are so much, they're just, in my opinion, that these are better for my collection. These are what I want on my shelves. I've got like these Lupin the Third figures that are just like in like a little carry case. I'm like, I want them on my shelf. Like all this cool stuff that I want personally. I got really caught up in the hype of like a lot of stuff for me. It was like a completionist kind of stuff with like Marvel Legends. And then I started getting rid of some things and kept some things. And now there's just these weird mix match teams. And then I see like the Fantastic Fours coming out with the classic suits. And I'm like, these guys can go. I'll keep I'll keep Flame on Johnny, and the one that I might hang on to until they announce it. I think I told you was the Thing. I just want to know what I'm getting into, and I don't.
They're going to give him that blue tank.
See, and I like the bear. I kind of like more bare chest.
Yeah.
But I'll take it. It's whatever. Especially if it was like a removable piece, that'd be amazing. But yeah, I was just like I said, I was looking at the turtles and stuff, and I was like, that's what I want. And I've got like my Spider-Verse stuff that I think would be fun to have, like my guy, because now I've got them all. So like to have them all like kind of, I don't know, flying in through the. I just want some scenes, man. I have so many, what could be canvases up here, and they're just you can see behind me that they're just full. While it looks very impressive, it's very fun to. It's neat to look at for somebody that doesn't live here. For somebody that lives in this stuff, it's a nightmare, man. They're like all my figures are like nuts to butts on these things shelves, and I'm like, what am I doing here, man? What can I do with this? So
the yearbook poses, like
yeah, all of them, and I'm like,
yeah.
whatever you just like slot, you like drop it in there and let them just.
Yeah.
I'm like, perfect. They fit. I'm like, I'm done with that. So
yeah.
And then right now I'm kind of in this like mid figure crisis where do I continue with the GI Joe line? And it's hard.
Oh yeah.
It's hard. That one's the hardest one, and I feel like inside I'm like, don't do it. I think you're gonna regret it if you do this. And then another part's like, just get rid of the Joes, keep the keep your Cobra. And keep Beachhead, it's just like because you're not getting him again if they don't make him, and he's so perfectly done compared to like a classic design, because that's all I want when it comes down to it. All I want is classic designs, and they've just been crushing it with the Cobras. It's still mind-blowing that they decided, hey, we're going to do Joe's for the first time in 6-inch form in designs you've never seen before on a cheaply made video game.
To try to appeal to kids who don't even know what G.I. Joe is.
The game doesn't even look good. I thought it was a mobile game. It's $40 brand new, which is garbage.
Yeah.
It's trash.
Yeah. Well, they got the license it was at the height of the Fortnite craze. So I feel like they were just trying to make it the next Fortnite or Overwatch or something like that too.
It just blows my mind that that's what they decided to try with the 6-inch.
Yeah.
I remember. So I'm selling my was it Hasbro Con or whatever the heck it was called, Pulse Con Snake Eyes, because I don't need it. That's one I'm like, I don't feel like, since I'm at this point now where I know I'm not going to complete the line completionist, and also like I said, I'm trying to get out of that mentality. I don't want to be there anymore. It's not fun. Now I say that NECA Turtles I might go completionist.
All of them, yeah, man. You're like Anthrax is up. I'm like, I'm not getting to Anthrax. You're like, I am,
bro. Grab Anthrax. Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna go all the way in that one. I love all those. I love those figures. I grew up those figures, and I grew up with those characters in the cartoons. Even if they only showed up like once, like Ace Duck. Ace Duck never showed up in any freaking one cartoon, and he was on a TV for like a split second. Yeah. I remember seeing him in the store when I was a kid, and I was like, that is the coolest figure I've ever seen. Like,
that's a jacket.
It's a duck. Are you freaking kidding me? He can like fly and he can be aquatic. My man, I love him. My whole family was in the Air Force as well, and so he's like the captain. I'm like, everything worked. Everything worked. Yeah. So I was
perfect.
So I was freaking out over that one. I even made like a custom of that guy because I was like, we're never getting 6-inch turtles at.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, boom, here we go.
That's crazy, man. So much turtle stuff.
And they're
not slowing down anytime soon.
They're going so deep that at this point,
it's a question of when.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. So I'm all in. Even though it is I cannot tell you the relief I have that you got this 4-pack. I was thinking about it the other day, and like I said, I said I hadn't got a chance to enjoy it yet, and I don't even know. I don't know if it's like ever gonna be a way to enjoy that thing. Like, it's just like relief when I see it, and it breaks my heart when I see other people out there like, man, F Target, this is stupid. I can't get it. I'll never find it. And then, dude, that video just crushed me of that Target employee.
I was about to say, that lady and her child at Target.
You know what? Let me see. What were those called? Were they called the action figure junkies? The toy junkies?
I think so.
Maybe the toy junkies.
NECA TMNT scalper video.
Is that it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's see. I want to send you guys this if you haven't seen it yet. NECA TMNT scalper video.
But yeah, if that woman didn't have her child with her, there's no way she would have gotten one from that Target.
Man, yeah, when dude, the saddest thing is when she was like, oh, you beat me to it. And the guy turns around and he's like, oh, you want one?
Yeah, he looks so pissed.
Just gross. Everything about it was gross.
I'm just like, man, I I remember when we used to enjoy these things without having to hunt
I
them down.
know. Yeah. It's crazy to me, man. It just really does truly blow me away that this
People
is
are bored
this.
during this pandemic.
Man, I remember like hearing about scalpers and they were so rare,
Right.
and then now they're just freaking everywhere.
And if you
It's
hear about scalpers, it was usually with like shoes or like concert tickets or something, but
right.
not with toys.
Right. I'm gonna link it to this guy's video. He goes by. The guy's kind of funny too. Um, this is the only one I could find. I'd have to find their other video, but this guy is the one that kind of showed me about it. And I like this guy because he's probably gonna be thinking what everybody's thinking. So here's a
Yeah.
clip to that. If you guys want to watch it now, you can watch it later. Whatever. I don't mind if you dip out of mine. We're just here to have fun.
209 says you should open the turtles, and I wholeheartely agree.
I want to open the turtles, but I really have the liars. I feel like
you need like a few days with them just for fun. It took me like a few days, like almost a week before I was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm ready to just put them on the shelf or whatever.
well,
Which like speaks volumes to how awesome they are.
here's another. That's another issue that I've got currently right now is that I just don't like. I don't have really the space unless I want to put them in like with Marvel figures right now. Like I'm literally just
Right.
tapped for space. So it's either I just got like my turtles set up too, to where they're still all crammed in there, but at least it was like I had each character in their special section, and
Yeah.
so that's another big reason why I'm trying to get rid of so much stuff. And I can already see, like, I look over here and I'm like, oh, this is the Marvel shelf, and now I'm like, nah, that's gonna be turtles. That's gonna be
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see.
So you're getting rid of all your movie legends? All your MC legends?
There might be some. I think there's gonna be a lot of surprises that pop up. Because like I don't think I'm gonna have everything set. Like while I'm doing it, because I'd like to make it a pretty good event. I don't want to. It's gonna suck because it takes Christine's time away too. So I don't want to. But I don't want to like. I'm gonna probably have her as long as I can have her here, and when she's done, then I'll just take over the entire thing because I need somebody to like say, hey, this one's sold. Hey, all right, put the name down, put the price, and then we're gonna invoice them after this is over or the next day. But yeah, I don't think I want to get rid of all of my movie things because there's like characters like I don't know, like Heimdall and Yondu, and I love those. I just I love those characters so much in the film.
You can get a pretty penny off that Yondu.
I don't want that pretty penny, you know.
You talk me out of selling mine because I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get rid of a lot of these extra MCU stuff. I only want like the core Avengers, and like the Thanos and like his children or whatever.
Right.
And you're like, I should hold on to that Yondu because they I don't know when they're gonna make another one.
You know, like, and maybe they will, but that Yondu is phenomenal. And
that was like right before they were doing face printing, and that's one of the best non-face printed heads.
It's crazy how good that head is.
They've done. It's awesome.
Yeah, like they just nailed it so well. But I've been kind of, if I have a character like in Figuarts or Mayfix form, then I'm getting rid of my legends generally.
Yep.
That if I have, except for Thor, it's really hard for me to get rid of the Ragnarok stuff. Like I don't want to get rid of Hela. I think Hela is she's probably my favorite MCU villain. So I don't want to get rid of her. And I actually built the armored Thanos from Marvel, from just Hasbro, and I like it. I like it a lot. And I was like, man, I kind of want a Thanos on my shelf that's film related, just because like that was a decade, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. Yeah, I can't figure it out, but there, it might come to a point where I'm like, screw it. Here, if somebody wants this, then cool. But I think it's gonna be more because like right now I've got all these comic legends, and then I've got some that are, I don't know. There's just like extras and doubles of things that I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. What sucks though is I don't really have like a Captain America besides the 80th. The 80th is the only one that I like.
Okay, that's still a good one from what I've seen.
I love him. And
Yeah,
he's insanely like hard to get for a good price, which is crazy to
yeah.
me because he was
Yeah.
freaking everywhere when I was over here. You can
I
get.
never saw him in stores.
That's what I
Once.
heard.
No.
There was like 7 of them right there at mine, and I was like, cool. I grabbed a cap. Nice.
Right.
That was it. Which was really which was really lucky. But
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for like Mafex to make one, or you know what I mean, like to where a comic version, which would be amazing. So that's what
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be really nice because I have one that's like from Revo, but it feels so. I liked it because it's Marvel versus Capcom-y, but it's still not.
That dude's a tank. That's a thick cap.
I like that cap. He's pretty cool looking. He's just
he's
cool.
Yeah, man. I was looking at my my Marvel villain shelf, and it was kind of what you were talking about with kind of like the mishmash of characters or whatever, to where like I have like, especially after getting this MODOK, which I just love, which is kind of like the centerpiece of the villain shelf because he's so big.
He's awesome.
I've got him, and then I've got like Thanos and Lady Death behind him, but then I also have like Movie Hella and Scourge like to the side or whatever, and I'm like, it doesn't really fit, so I'm probably gonna get rid of. And I also have like that Ironmonger figure. Had a little while ago, the one that's not to scale at all,
right?
Just in there, so I'm like, it's kind of. I'm gonna see if I can if I can't find a space for them, I'm probably gonna try to sell them off.
Did you ever get the blue Ironmonger Build-A-Figure?
No, I didn't.
It was pretty cool for the time. I don't know how well that's held up, but I think it's a little chunky, but
yeah,
it was a pretty solid figure from what I remember. I do one of the things that I do. I had 2 of the Shield robots, the big.
Oh, yep.
And I got rid of both of them, and I kind of part of me regrets it, and part of me is like, I'm at this point now where I still have a lot of Shield agents as well. Oh no, wait, maybe I got rid. No, I didn't get.
Well, they're making those new ones.
Oh, cool.
Making new ones.
I just got rid of like the old ones not too long ago, and some guy was very happy to take them off my hands, like the first ones that they did, and I'm like,
okay, you're like, all right.
Yeah, if that's what you want. I kept 2 of them. I kept one because I just wanted the version of Nick Fury just because it's Nick Fury.
Right.
I know it's an old figure, but I keep like all the old Aquaman, all the old Nightcrawlers. Nick Fury's in my top 5.
Yeah.
I wish, and it's obviously nothing to do with like race or anything like that. I feel like I always have to point that out for some damn reason.
I'm not racist.
I'm not racist, guys.
Black guy on the street. It's fine. We're cool.
I miss old Nick. I wish the new Nick had the old Nick's attitude, and then I'd be totally fine with it.
Absolutely.
He just, I don't know, man. They changed him to where he's like more. I don't know, man. We lost the espionage, like the super spy, but I guess it doesn't make sense for that to be in the current. You could do like the Agent Carter show. Yeah. Like that would have made sense for, I guess, like older Nick Fury.
Yeah. Well, I feel like, in like the crazy, some of the dumb stuff they pull in comics now, there's definitely room for like a boots to the ground, like Rumble in the Jungle, White Nick Fury, but also like the also like the black, the black Nick Fury just sitting in the high tower, man behind the chair.
Yeah. And I like that. I like this, that they kept the secretive bit about that and stuff. But I just thought, man, I remember when Nick Fury Jr. came in, I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
So dumb. You already had a black Nick Fury. Why'd you have to go make another one?
I didn't understand that. I was like,
where they're both pointing at each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, all you have to do is like, just kind of start de-aging him with your pencils. That's all that takes in the books. I guess, I don't know. It almost feels like
they also brought over Miles Morales from the 1610 into the 616 and all his supporting cast, but they didn't bring over Ultimate Nick Fury, which I was just like, come on.
I don't understand. Like, I mean, it seems like the current Nick Fury is the Ultimate Nick Fury, but
yeah, it's absolutely. You already had that character, so I don't know. That was 2016, the all different era when they were really trying to shake up the status quo of Marvel. And we got a lot of cool stuff, like, Sam as Cap. Yeah. But we also got like a lot of garbage, like Amadeus Cho as the Hulk and Riri Williams as Ironheart.
Yeah.
Two of the worst characters. They're the Jar Jar Binkses of modern Marvel comics.
It's so sad. I haven't read, I haven't read either one of those.
Yeah.
The Cho or the Riri.
Yeah.
But I'm also not an Iron Man or a Hulk fan, so that's why I never even gave him a chance. I was like, I'm
Okay.
just,
Yeah.
it's kind of whatever to me. It was funny because they're like, it was. I think we talked about that the other day where they're talking about like Iron Man's A list, and I was like, man, I liked him, which is crazy. He is now,
Yeah.
but it was like even back in the day, I
Yeah.
was like, I didn't care about Iron Man really back in the day, and honestly, yeah,
Mm,
Robert Downey Jr. is really really cool, and he was super fun in the movies, but he was
mm.
not anywhere near like my favorite character in the movies.
Oh,
Like
sure. Sure.
that was
Sure.
that's that me personally, that and it shouldn't surprise anybody that knows me that I don't generally follow that thing. I thought he was great, and I wouldn't have changed a damn thing.
Mhm.
I wish they wouldn't have killed him.
If anything, Robert. If anything, Robert made you like Iron Man more.
Yeah,
Or at least
absolutely.
appreciate the character.
Absolutely, yeah. And like I said, I always say that Iron Man was the best thing to happen to Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Downey Jr. was the best thing to happen to Iron Man.
For sure.
They really helped each other out with that, which is awesome.
Mhm.
I think that's amazing that a comic did that.
Yeah.
So, plus to like the nerds out there that are like, yeah, see, helped him out like that. Like we know,
Yeah.
we know what we're talking about.
Look what we did.
It's funny too because I like whenever they're like when everybody people try to be like it's cool to be a nerd now. I'm like no people freaking hate us so much because when we're like actually what happened was that
Yeah,
this
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
this isn't
I did
accurate
the
at all.
Actually, song. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my song and dance.
Yeah, actually, let me school you real quick if you really want to.
Yeah,
Although there is a guy at work who actually will ask me. He's like, "So did this happen in the books?" I'm like, "You really want to know?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, sit down.
Because I can tell you.
Sit down.
I can tell you.
Don't walk out on me on this one.
Absolutely. Yep.
But
Yep.
oh yeah, what is it? Julian was saying my favorite two characters are Bucky and Rocket. Yeah, they're both.
MCU?
Yeah, I guess yeah, it's looking like that.
Yeah.
I want to see Rocket get that arm.
You get it?
He said he'd get it, and he never
Man.
got it. I'm like, and especially
I was a fairly big Guardians fan before
yeah.
the movie came out.
oh cool.
I saw them. My first exposure to them was on that Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon when they fought the Avengers.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, these guys are awesome. I read up all about them, and I love them. And then the movie came out, and obviously everybody loved them too. But I was kind of. I was kind of like, when I first saw it, I was like, maybe it's just because like it's all so popular now that I was like, I'm kind of over it now, whatever,
yeah.
like, isn't that kind of weird whenever like
yeah.
a little niche thing you like, suddenly everyone has access to, and you're like, it's not special anymore.
Yeah,
it's
I hate this.
But no, I love what they did with the Guardians in the MCU, like how RDJ was the best thing that happened to Iron Man. I think the MCU's version of Peter Quill, what Chris Pratt did, I think that really benefited the character. He's a lot more interesting in Marvel Comics now.
Yeah, he seems great. Sorry, this is gonna be really loud. This is the power of the Dremel 4000. And what I'm doing right now is sanding down one of my really strong screws. Sorry about that, guys.
Put it in the bag.
No, I'm good. This is had to reattach that arm.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So I think this is good to go now.
Doing it live.
Had to do this thing. Partied a little too hard. Now we heat this up, and now he can actually play his drums. I was pissed, man. When I got this thing set up. Like he was missing. I guess you got to buy the giant Metallica box set to get like fill out Lars kit. He's plays double bass drums and it only comes with one bass drum. I was like, this is stupid. No floor toms or anything. I was like, this is a drummer.
What you have to do is you got to buy that Muppets Diamond Select, the Electric Mayhem set, and then just give him Animals drums.
I think so. Yeah. At this point, the only problem is I need another front bass drum unless Animal plays with Tama drums. Because if he doesn't play with Tama,
he has a bunch of drums. He came with like, I can't name them all, but there's like hella drums in there.
That's awesome. Oh, Plunderlings are here. What's going on? My man Ricky starting to make his rounds. Yep, you're gonna be seeing a lot of him, man. He's coming out of his shell.
We love Ricky. We love Plunderlings.
Had the pleasure of talking with Ricky yesterday, just in some candid chat, just to get to know each other. And you guys are going to freaking love this guy. He's too humble for his own good.
When are we gonna get Plunderlings dressed up as superheroes, Ricky? Come on.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
Just have the Captain America A upside down. That's it.
I was talking about that yesterday. It's funny, man. He's like, there's just like, I was getting into the. I told him like the thing. My favorite thing is when we start having those conversations. Like, it'd be cool to see this, or it'd be cool to see this, or cool to see this, and it just blows my mind. It was so fun. I actually showed a friend at work today. I was like, oh, so these are the Plunderlings, because I keep 2 of them on me in my they're like that soft pencil case, and she's like, gosh, those are so familiar. She's like, who is that? And she pulled it up and she was like, there it is, and it was Crash Bandicoot. It was Instagram, and he had actually made one into the Crash Bandicoot. She's like, yep, see, that's amazing. I was like, yeah, you can do a lot.
You showed her Cheddar, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's why. Yeah, the pants.
Cheddar's the main man. Can't beat it.
So good, man.
We got and just I don't even want to tell you guys, but yeah, this Friday, if you missed it, Plunderlings is going to put up a very limited run of some accessories that are left over. They're going to sell out, I guarantee you, in 2 minutes. 2 minutes max.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then they're going to become eBay exclusives.
Ugh. Yeah, it was interesting talking to him about that, and I don't want to talk for him, but he had spoken about how seeing all of those, he's like, how it really broke his heart to see that people were actually buying the figures for that kind of stupid price, and he's like, this isn't what I wanted. So then we got the big pushes of like, hey, look, you can get more right now. I was like, oh, thank God. Yeah, which is like I said, which is just something that the Plunderlings, the coolest thing about them and Ricky is that he wants to stay super close with the collector, which I think is crazy.
That's awesome. Give us what we want.
That's absolutely, it's nuts.
Where's your boss? No, just kidding.
It's amazing. So something crazy that I noticed while looking at the Turtles in Disguise, I had no idea about this.
Yep.
Did you know about this?
Yeah, man.
What?
Man.
They just went from here to here.
We're so good.
I looked at the back and I was like, wait a minute, what? Oh my God. Oh, you know what's cool? I found I bet I won't be able to, I bet they're missing right now. I went through the other day and I was cleaning up some stuff and I found, here they are. They just came with my loot crate. You're gonna love this.
Let's see what we got. Oh, yep. There's my man, Don Chitelli.
They're stickers, dude. They're wanted stickers. From
That's
these
so
like
cool.
Yeah, like this was, and they're like in scale pretty much. So I think like these would be awesome, like to stick on like the card diorama that's coming out. Just put them on there. But it's like I don't. It's like you want to cut them and not actually do the sticker, so I can just put them on with like But Don Tertelli, there he is.
But yeah, man, no, the face with the eye switching gimmick, it's so fun. It just adds that extra layer of like playability to him. Oh, he's opening them live on. We're doing it live.
Now I took out Donnie the other day, so
okay.
I did take out Donatello, and I checked out all the. God, dude, the plastic smell that hits you when you open this one is nuts. This is nuts. Oh my God, dude, Donatello is just everything in here.
He's good. He's a real good one.
Yeah, this is crazy, man. I still can't believe like when you do like the like this. I mean, I just can't believe this is real. The thing though that threw me off the most was their hats, these the fedoras, which are really fun to get out. Hang on.
What threw me off was I didn't know I knew the bandanas came out or little tails, but I was like, why? And I was like, oh, so the hats can fit on. So all the hats, and you can like.
Oh, I put it on even with the bandana, and it's.
Oh yeah.
Like. That thing is on. And then just pops it right off.
Awesome.
That's nuts.
I'm only bummed that they all can't have the exact expression at the same time. Like you can't all have them like looking angry with a closed mouth or whatever.
Oh, and
Like,
all of them like smiling as well.
yeah. It's a little, and they don't come with fists, which is weird.
Huh. I wonder if did the other ones come with fists? I mean, they do have these,
Yeah, exactly.
but which is so, I love that you're like they don't come with fists, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
8 pairs, 8 extra pairs. There's 16.
Where's my damn fists, NECA?
There's 16 pairs of fists in here or hands.
Worst figures of the year.
Yeah.
No fists.
Sorry guys, you're not getting my vote.
We're spoiled.
Yeah. These are so incredibly well done though that it's unfortunate how hard they are to get. I hate that.
Yeah, man. Well, apparently they're shipping them out in waves. There's going to be 3 waves of these things being shipped out. We're currently in wave 1, and then wave 2 is going to be slightly bigger, and then wave 3 is going to be bigger than waves 1 and 2 combined.
Okay. Well, that's awesome.
That's what Randy said over on Twitter. So we were, for some reason, we never get stuff first in Texas.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
So we're in the middle of wave 1, the early releasers, early leakers, and wave 2 should be coming in the next couple of weeks. So it should be easier for people to get.
Man, that is super cool. You're right. That's really fun to take the bandana off and put the hat on. Gosh, these are crazy, man. I can't believe these are real. Like,
right?
The fact that they come with those human heads and that they're not just some like cheap like press it on the front of the face and that it's an actual head. The thing that was the craziest thing to me was and this was just me. God, they're so hard to get out. It's like sometimes they don't want you to get them out of the package. Like no heat or anything, and I got like Donatello, and I was like, "Oh, that was satisfying." Just
satisfying
popped it right off, and it felt good. And then this human head, I want to say the human head was a little tougher to get on.
Yeah, and Plunderlings know the heads aren't magnetic. It's that just hats. They just pop right on, no problem.
No, they're not magnetic Plunderlings. They haven't figured that out yet. They're not at your level. They're not at your level. You know what I mean? But this that is funny, dude.
Just the Uncle Fester mask.
Yeah, dude. These are crazy, and the fact that there's 4, man, I can't believe they give us 4. Like,
yep.
This set is just bonkers.
It's so good. Yeah. And I know when they first revealed, a lot of people are just like, "Can we undress the turtles? I don't want to have them in disguise all the time."
Like. Well, actually, what I remember seeing wasn't just can we undress them, was do the pants come off?
Yeah. I was like, come on, guys.
That was the first thing you went for, and a lot of people were. Yeah. That was their concern was, do the pants come off though?
Oh man, speaking about that, have you seen that Ninja Turtle commercial? That's like in Germany or Sweden with the Bay Turtles.
Oh no.
It's like these 2 dudes chilling in a sauna, and then Michael Bay Raphael, like the big Jack Raphael, comes in, and it's they're in a sauna. He reaches for his towel. He's like taking it off, and then like before he takes it all off, it cuts like this dude slamming a jar of pickles on a table.
Why is that a thing? Are you serious?
Did they just compare pickles to turtle penises?
What the heck? That's nuts.
I was like, Peter, Eastman and Laird need that money, I guess. they got bills to pay.
Man, that is bonkers to me. Man, you know what's crazy is the fact that they updated the articulation on these. I think that's what makes these the most desirable.
Yep. Entirely new like hips. And
I remember
they actually move like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I remember seeing these and I was a little bummed that they were in this green color, as much as, and this is selfish because this is actually, I love this green color. This is my favorite from the cartoons, but I skipped out on the bright green. I was like, I don't need to get those. And every time I saw them, I was like, man, they're like, it's like $50 a set. I was like, I don't need that. I'm not gonna do that. And then the bug bit me. I was like, oh man, I don't have them.
Right.
And then
here's what they're gonna do. They're going to wind up re-releasing those in the bright colors with more accurate heads. That's what I'm guessing.
That's what I'm thinking too. So I was like, you know what? It's funny too, looking back at everything, because I've got, I want to say, I don't know if it's still up here. I've got a set of, I wonder if I can find them, of the turtle heads. Whenever the original ones came out, of those colors, I got the set, and I can't remember if it was NYCC or SDCC that those dropped on, but when they dropped, here we go. The eyes were all funky. They were all like looking up or crossed or something silly, and so I started complaining about it on Twitter, asking, "Hey, is anybody else dealing with this?" And sure enough, a ton of people were, and it garnered a lot of just a lot of traffic, to the point where they actually sent me 4 heads for the turtles, and once again, all of the eyes were still jacked up. But either way, I got like
failed successfully.
Yeah, like you could see, and these need a little bit of work, but I did some stuff. Like you could see, this isn't horrible. I think this one might, but what I did was I went around to each one of them and I took off the masks. So then you could, which these things are terrifying without their masks on.
Oh God,
it's a nightmare. But what happened? What's crazy is like going back and looking at the other ones, and there was no articulation at all.
Yeah,
it just spun around. But each of the turtles also had a different expression. So you didn't get, this stuff right here, but then I swapped all of these up. So I was trying to do what they just did back then. I was like, all right, well, what I can do is I'll take, since I got the extra ones, which was cool, and then they came in obviously, and I was like, great, they're not any better. But either way, I got them in, and now it's like I can swap these headbands around and give different expressions to my turtles. Yeah. And now I realize it was just a colossal waste of time and energy.
No, NECA stole your idea. It's that Back to the Future scene. They're holding up the phone to your room as you were talking to yourself.
Yep.
Talking about the repairs.
That was it. See, just sitting here.
How do you feel about the gloss on the turtles? I know people are complaining that these new ones are glossy. Also, Julian wants to trade you the 4-pack for the bright green turtles.
Oh, I bet he does. I think that these I don't mind the gloss. Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it. I mean, I guess if you want to complain about it, you can spray yours down with matte spray and see how that works out for you. Yeah. Which actually probably would work, and I think would look really cool. I prefer matte. It's funny, we were actually Ricky and I were talking about that the other day, how he wasn't planning on doing the Plunderlings in the matte, and then when he got it in his hands, he was like, oh man, this is just right. There's something, I don't know, to me there's something really cool about matte. I prefer matte whenever I do designs or any kind of paint jobs. I really like that. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I didn't look at it, and that wasn't even on my radar until you just said it.
Yeah, same. It's people just, nitpicking, honestly.
Yeah, I think that I think these are phenomenal, man. Yeah. And I guarantee you, if you don't like the gloss on them, there's plenty of people out there that would definitely love them.
Yeah,
so, be a hero. If you don't like it, send it off to somebody like Julian,
trade for those other
the
turtles.
Bright green turtles. The pizza with the big fish anchovies and the ice cream scoops.
Yep. I've got Michelangelo on his skateboard holding that in one hand and the boombox in the other.
I wish the boombox handle moved, but no big deal. Yeah, because you would think it would because of April's camera. You know how they put that extra swivel in and stuff, but
yeah, and Vern's too.
Yeah, I think it's the same one, right?
Probably. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you don't have April.
Nah. They're definitely gonna redo her, I feel. Because I know with how much they love like going for accuracy with the cartoon stuff, I know they're not happy with that April.
I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm vocal about it. I remember seeing it coming out, and I was like, "You're gonna fix that, right?" you have got to fix that. Everybody, so many. There would be like one like super NECA fanboy that'd be like, the head looks fine, guys, chill. And I'm like, it doesn't. It does not.
Like it sits a little. They're like it sits a little low. That's the problem.
It sits a little low. If it looks like April got stung by bees.
Yeah. You like pop the head off. You're just like, all right, see when? When is it fine?
Tell me.
Does it look better now?
Tell me where. Oh, yeah, because it's like a freaking balloon in raising. I'm like, dude. No, that's why I can't wait to show it off. I can't wait to get it in hand. Freaking Casting Cave is working on a special one for me that I'm so excited to get rid of that old one because yuck. I was like, this isn't April. Like, come on, man. Kind of off the subject, but on toy subject.
Let's do it.
I bought this 3 3/4 inch Mando like I showed off a minute ago. I don't buy these really, but I saw the Mando. I made him a little fabric cape.
There you go.
Because the other one was garbage, and I was impressed by these, man. Do you own any of these 3 3/4 inch?
No, I don't. Is that still Hasbro or who is that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. It's the vintage collection or whatever. I don't know. I saw this.
Yeah.
I saw it at GameStop and I was like, it's Mando. I'll take it. Just to have.
I admire them from afar, and like I'm always like whenever they do a reveal for it, I'm always taken aback because like the face printing is so good on a lot of the newer ones, to where I think it's a 6-inch figure. Like they revealed all before they revealed the 6-inch model. It's like, oh cool, we're getting them all. Like, oh wait, 3 3/4.
This is crazy.
But
this is crazy.
Yeah. No, I imagine people who are like into that are like living the high life right now. Yeah. But Black Series needs to step it up.
Tell you
I'm tired of my Jedi looking like this on the shelf.
Yeah, man. With their weird, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude.
They can't even hold their lightsaber. Yeah.
I need them to hold the lightsaber correctly, and you need to put these hands in every single pack. Like, nobody can force push. Like, who force pushes like that? No one.
I feel like if Mando never came along and there was nothing to like make new figures off of, then the Black Series team would have been forced to step things up. But now they're like, oh, let's repaint Mando 50 times, and Black Series nerds will buy it.
Oh no, you're starting to hate on Mando.
Everyone hate Mando.
Yeah, I knew this day would come. Oh man, somebody sent me this. It's broken, and this is a heartbreaker. It's their first Mezco.
Okay.
Which is more sad.
Mm-hmm. Is it a rare one? Oh no, one of the OGs.
Yep.
Oh man, I love that Ollie figure, man.
Me too. This is one I couldn't get rid of. I've got him, and I still got Arsenal as well.
Yep.
I was like, I don't think I'm ever gonna get I don't see how these won't. The only thing I think that wouldn't hold up, and luckily it could be replaced, is his tunic. Because it's in that faux leather kind of pleather stuff.
Yeah, mine's still in pretty good condition, honestly. Yeah.
But I could just see, like, I mean, give this thing, if you're going to be collecting, like a lot of us have held on to figures for like 10 years or so. Yeah, I could see this maybe flaking off, like that crazy Berserk figure that guy sent me that's just...
Oh, yeah. Just like I said, Sharp, just break out the green Sharpie in a few years.
It's the worst. You know what? This is actually going to be a lot better than I thought. I thought he had flesh tone elbows, but it's a dark green. So these are really, really hard to repair because of this pop rivet design here. Okay. And this is kind of crazy. I don't know if it shows up, but it's like a sandwich. It almost looks like a macaroon. But yeah. So the center there, the centerpiece, is just a flat disc with a peg that goes out like that, right? And that's what clips into this arm, and it's also what clips into the forearm. So there's two circle pieces like that connect into another piece that is like it's sandwiched. It's a crazy design.
And they've kept that from the very beginning to now.
They reversed it in a way. So it's way harder to repair now than it used to be.
Great.
Yeah, used to, It was one big piece.
Yeah.
One side had pieces like this, and then a piece like the little circle bit I was telling you about. So this is the hinge. So basically, you put your hinge, your one little piece with the peg in the middle, sandwich it in, and you put the pop rivet in. They swap that out. So now it's a peg that goes in there with the sandwich pieces on the side. And when one of those breaks, you can't just fix that. This one, at least what I can do is I can just make a new centerpiece green peg, pop it back in, which is not easy because it's a dang pop rivet and it's not meant to come out. And I can make that no problem. But the new ones, a lot of the Batman, oh my God. I had to... it's hard. It's too hard.
People are pushing those Batman figures to the limit.
I don't know. I haven't checked on the Batman in a long time because I bought one Mezco Batman, and it was it was the Ascending Knight.
The one with the long ears.
Yeah. Which I really I like that one a lot. And then Anthony ended up giving me, I think 2 or 3 heads from one of the really good Batmans. One, he's got like the broken piece right there, and I was like, cool. So now I've got this awesome solid. I prefer blue Batman, but I was like, man, I got this like cool. As far as Mezco designs go, I really liked it because it was like basically just solid black. Yeah. I was like, cool. They could have used some yellow.
Did you do the Purell trick that a lot of people were doing, where they would just like take the overlay off to where it's just like the suit?
No.
Without any of the like weird like plastic on it.
No. What is it? No. What is this?
Yeah. That's what I did. He's on the shelf, but yeah, I have that same Ascending Knight Batman, and like that. But I have the one in gray, so it's probably a little more noticeable than the black one. But he had like that rubber overlay stuff that Mezco does all the time. People were just taking Germex and just like rubbing that off to where it's just like the spandex. And then they would get like third-party shorts for like $10 on eBay. You have a classic Batman.
Okay.
That's what I was doing.
All right then. I don't hate it. Dude, you should see
that busted up head on that part. It looks awesome.
You crack, maybe you're like, put on that. Yeah. That's what I was doing. It's whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
That's big deal. I'm just sweating. I'm like, I don't want to ruin my figure.
This was expensive.
Yeah.
Oh man, Otaku Zero said that Plunderling's accessory shop this Friday. No Zombone hatchlings. Cryface. It's gonna be. It's gonna be hard because I talked to Christine because you can only get one of each item, which I think is super super cool that they're doing that. Only one of each. And I was like, all right, so I'm gonna have to take like the top half and you take the bottom half because I don't want us to accidentally overlap and like they're like, the Mahonies are trying to pull a fast one. Yeah. Not this time.
It's gambling Mahonies again.
Yep. I definitely wish everybody the best. I know it's gonna be. It was pretty cool talking to Ricky, and he's like, man, I part of him. He's like, I'm ready to move the product, get we'll get it out of there, but there's just not a lot of it. So he's like, I feel like I'm setting people up to be mad, but I was like, nah, dude, you're good. People had, unfortunately, like people had.
Plus, someone's gonna get mad anyway.
Yeah, and I told him, I was like, people are gonna get mad because people are people. I was like, I think it's awesome that you're just giving people the chance to do that because when it comes down to it, dude, there was a Kickstarter from the very beginning. Yep. And if you missed it...
We were the fools. We were the fools.
Yeah, I only did 3, man. I was like,
Yeah, I didn't do any.
A lot of people weren't as aware as they should have been, and now...
I was like, Plunderlings, more like not a thing in my home. Yeah, stupid.
You sound...
Not meet my words.
Yeah. You said that and you were like, that was stupid. I shouldn't have said that.
Nah. I was like, stupid.
Why did you say that out loud? With your stupid rhymes.
You're cool. I'll never bring you back.
They'll never bring you back. More like not a thing. It's like, God. Yeah, look at Plunderlings. Yeah, we figured it would be better that some people can get it. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's awesome. It's one of those things like, hey, move quick.
Yep.
And I think it's even better the fact that you gave people a heads up because there is nothing more annoying than when it's like it pops up and people are like, hey, did y'all hear that? They tell all their friends about it. And it's like, hey, by the way, these are up. And it's like, Plunderlings dropped a surprise. Yeah, Gomez.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, thanks,
I would not have known about this. And the worst part is, like, I was like, oh, I like this when I saw the pictures, and I would have been pissed if I wasn't like, if we didn't have this like same friends, I would have had no idea.
Yeah,
This would have dropped.
dude.
And I love it.
So,
but like that's a dick move on Mezco's part,
dude. That day, I was sitting there just they had mentioned it was coming because somebody got somebody got the emails about it.
Yeah.
And like, hey, it's apparently there's gonna be a drop. I 100% forgot about it. Within like, what was it, an hour or two? I went to lunch, and I was sitting there at lunch, and I got on my laptop, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna edit like a repair video or tutorial or something. And I started working on it, and I was like, well, let's see what the boys are up to. Check on instead of using my phone, I'm on the laptop. So I checked it, and it was like, Gomez is up. I was like, oh, cool. Clicked it, bought it, was done. I was like, cool, y'all get it? And it's like, oh, it looks like it's sold out. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, wow, got lucky on that one. Sheesh.
I was on my phone, so like I was trying to check out, and it didn't check out the first time. I was like, I guess I can't get it. And then like Liddell was like, oh, I got it. Then you were like, I got it. I was like, man, I kind of want it. And so I went back, I did it again. Then I wound up getting it, and then it was sold out.
So, every time, if I don't pay via PayPal, and if I pay like a credit card, I have to put my credit card in every single time. I cannot.
You have it saved?
Huh?
You don't have it saved?
It's saved. Yeah,
it's like, oh, you want to put this card in?
Yeah, it's saved. And every single time, it's like there's an error. And I'm like,
oh no.
So I always have to go new card, do it in, type all this in, type this.
That's why I just do PayPal.
Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, I don't know why I was just like, I'll just put the card in real quick and did all that. And I'm like, oh my God. It's always like, but every time I do it, it's generally for something that, I don't know. I have not had one issue getting a Mezco figure.
Really?
At all.
Man.
I guess that's like, you know what I mean?
You're on top of it.
I guess. I swear it's just like divine intervention. I get lucky. People are like, hey, guys, is up. I'm like, oh, because of our group of friends who actually stay on it. Like Johnny Mechanich, man. Johnny is just freaking on it. And then we got Henry as well in that group. Nick's friend, Henry, who's like, it's up. Hey, this is coming. It's like, geez, man, those guys keep us. Yeah. They keep us like, they're our pushers, man. That's what I was saying. I was like, these guys are.
Absolutely.
That's what I was telling you. That's what I was saying.
But at the same time, I'm like, come on, Mezco. And also, I don't know if you checked out that interview, but the dude that he was talking to, Paige from Toy Page, he was like, so are you aware of like the scalpers, like the price gouging, like how much these things go for in the secondary market? And Mez is like, oh, I don't pay attention to any of that. I'm like, that's BS, man. That's absolute BS. There's no way you haven't been like, I wonder how much my gold amber chocolate flavored Gomez is going for on eBay. Like, oh, $2,000. That's cool. Like, there's no way.
No, yeah, definitely. And then it turns around, it's like, man, I just made $2,000.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, it's being sold by a seller who goes by the name Definitely Not Mez.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Oh man,
people.
I saw a couple of scalpers on there. It's man, look at this guy. It says Definitely Not Mez, so you know it's not me selling my own product, dude. That used to be
for legal reasons. That is not me.
Yeah, absolutely not. I remember when people would go on about how NECA was scalping their own product. They said it for the longest time. I was like, oh come on.
That's funny.
But maybe. I was like, I don't know.
That's real funny.
It was cracking me up every time I saw it, man. They're like, yeah, they're like, yeah, NECA's scalping their own product. I'm like, all right, guys.
What's the point?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, no, the collecting game's gotten so intense these past few years, especially this past year. It just feels like it went from 0 to 100 in no time flat.
Yeah, it's been nuts, man. I think people just, I don't know. It's weird because you want these companies. It's like we just see them. We see it rarely. Like just the other day, for example, like when Hasbro tried to put up those Target exclusive G.I. Joes, the G.I. Joes, that's the reason why I'm like thinking about getting out of it. I wonder, like, sometimes I'm like, even though it's like one of my most beloved, like, properties,
right?
It's not worth the stress, especially as a freaking adult.
Right.
Like,
I mean, like it's not even like with NECA, right? To where like NECA, yes, it's like a pain in the ass. Like I called 30 targets for like a week, they blocked my number, whatever. But the hunt was successful. I found them eventually,
yeah, yeah,
and I felt damn good about it.
right.
I'd never be able to do that with a GI Joe figure. I haven't even bothered.
Yeah, I don't.
So like a little bit of a chase is fine, but like make it accessible to everybody, you know?
Yeah, that's gotten to the point now too. Like they also need to be like that's what I was saying the other day. Like that YouTube video that we were talking about the you know of the Target employee that needs to be sent to like corporate Target.
Will they care though? They'll be like, oh, he's taking toys.
I don't know. I think if enough people complained,
yeah.
If enough people like, but that's another problem that when we talk about it, it's like, well, you got to boycott them. It's like people aren't going to boycott them. They're making too much money off of scalping, and you know, people aren't that brave.
What we do is riot.
Yeah, there we go. We riot.
I heard Target riots are hot. We can.
We just got What are y'all rioting for? We want to find toys.
Yeah.
Dude, I always think about that when they were like whenever the riots were, you know, just really in full swing.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously it's like it's tragic. Like all the stuff that you're seeing, the reasoning for it, the you know, it's awful. And then you get that shot of that skinny white dude leaving with like 3 deals of Legos. Do you remember that? Do you remember that picture? That little dude, like, caught him. He caught on, like, all those photos of, like, all the looters and stuff, and people are just grabbing whatever they can. And there's this little nerdy dude with the Lego set, and he's like, just what? He's getting it. He's getting out of there.
Those are expensive. Those sets are expensive.
He cracked me up. I was like, that guy. And the funniest thing is his face, like he was caught. He got caught doing it, man. You know that guy was at home like, I think this is the perfect chance to get that Hogwarts.
Yeah.
I've been eyeing it.
That baby Grogu Lego set. I gotta.
Yeah, I gotta get it. I gotta get that. Man, that freaking Ecto 1 set that we saw. I was like, well, that's gotta be the most expensive thing I've ever seen.
Oh, yep.
You're like, I like you're like, Legos are expensive. Yeah. I like that reasoning.
Just a little.
I could see why he'd do it. Gotta get that.
Look, it's tough out there, man. I mean, like, I used to want to take inventory on how much everything here was worth, like how much I spent paying for it. I was bumming myself out. I was like, I don't want to think about this.
Oh, it'll make you sick.
I spent.
And that's what I'm sitting there thinking about. I was like, I'm about to like go through and sell a bunch of stuff, and I can promise you, I ain't getting it all back. You know?
Right.
That's why I like a lot of
good in there.
Well, it's like a lot of times I'll sell like some stuff that's like, you know, I'll go above retail price a lot of times because if I've had it for a while and it's like if it's gone up and I can make a good amount, like I'll go under eBay and I'll make some money for myself because I mean that's the game. It's literally an investment at that point, and I like to see it as that. You know, obviously like close friends, you know, you'll give pretty good deals to. Sometimes we'll do trades or giveaways or whatever, but when it comes down to it, it's like those it's crazy, man. It's bonkers to me like when you buy these complete waves of figures and you like get your build a figure and whatnot, and I set them on my shelf and I'm just like I don't do anything with it.
Oh yeah, you feel a little empty.
How much did I just spent what $130 on?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, that was
Now
it.
what?
That was it. That was it. It was like a freaking hit of cocaine is what I'm doing. Like it's plastic. Yeah. That's why they call it plastic crack. I was like, wow. Guess I'll get it again. I guess I'll get the next hit soon. Like, that's crazy to me.
You didn't feel like that with MODOK, did you?
Oh, God, no. He was great.
Okay, yeah.
MODOK's phenomenal. No, MODOK's one of those ones that's like... MODOK was one of those ones I felt stupid when I got rid of the original one. I was like, damn. You know, it was before... It was also like... I was like, hey, look, I'm trying to make these moves where I was getting rid of that. And I was going to get rid of the AIM soldiers as well. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, the AIM soldiers weren't selling. at the time, but people were all about MODOK because probably they already had all the AIM soldiers they needed.
Sure.
And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, well, I guess I'll hang on to these AIM and I'll sell them later on. And I like the AIM soldiers. They're my favorite out of the army builders. And soldiers. I love the design. I love that old beekeeper design. I really wish I would have got those the 2-packs me and you were talking about. I want those now because AIM's one of my favorites because it was heavily in the Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers Miss Marvel run. And she goes up against MODOK, and it was funny, but it was also like awesome action. It was really well written. And yeah, now I wish I would have bought some more of those. I don't know if they're expensive now, the 2-packs of the
I was about to ask. I don't know. I don't know.
But getting this new MODOK and the fact that this MODOK fits with the Hasbro stuff is why I like him more. The old one does hold up fairly well, but man, having this big one,
I'm right here.
He looks good. He's good. He still looks really good. To me, that's the one that you hang on to make a custom out of when we were looking at all those different MODOKs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This is your modem right here.
Oh, my I want to make the Madam Modem so bad. Dude, I just want to put like trashy makeup on him. I want him to look like the female gremlin. You know, she's got that.
Oh yeah,
Just throw
really trashy mascara.
Just bad. Just a big beauty mark and like awful wig.
Yeah. Put a mole.
Yep. Madam Modem. Hottest brain on the block.
Yeah, but no, the new MODOK definitely fits in with the style of Legends better.
And that's what I like. I do like the I won't lie, I like the Hasbro style a lot of times. They've nailed down so many. They've just nailed down a lot. Way more than they've missed, I think. I think they're still figuring out with like the heads, you know, like some of the female heads. I hate it when it looks like the same sculptor took just went at all of them, you know, like I said, like the eyes that kind of drifted on some of these figures and some of the males too. Which is like, cause like Namor to me looks like Peter Parker with pointy ears and a beard. You know, like I was like, man, or you know, the one that actually has a beard. I was like, it's just weird. But for the most part, like characters like Shang-Chi. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Or Shang-Chi. I think that's how.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
It's the official name. Why are you roasting his official name?
I'm not roasting it. I've been calling Shang Tsung this whole time. Is he Shang Tsung?
Well, I know there's the Shang Dynasty, you know, and you know there's. I guess it depends on the region, the person.
Right, because I've been going to PF Chang's this whole time.
PF Chang's.
What the heck? I'm probably like offending
Am I even breathing correctly?
Yeah, I'm like offending like every Asian friend I have, and they're like, "You idiot!" No, I'm not. They're like, "You stupid white person."
Yeah.
Boy, man, yeah.
But Kevin Feige called it Shang-Chi, and then Ryan called it Shang-Chi, Ryan Ting. So I was like, I guess it's Shang-Chi. I've only ever read it. I never knew the character really. I only knew there was that one issue where he was training Spider-Man in martial arts, which is pretty badass.
Oh, that's awesome.
But other than that, I haven't read much Shang-Chi. Yeah, it's just like it's like I want to figure this so bad. It's just Peter, like shirtless Peter, but with like the mask like half over his face, with like puffy pants or whatever. You could spider boots.
Man, you could turn Shang-Chi into that.
Yeah,
easily. Yeah. I got
lucky. He's like. And then he's like, I'm gonna put these power dampening cuffs on you, so you're not gonna be able to use your spider sense to fight me. And just teach you martial arts.
That's dope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I never read that because that's awesome. I've seen him and Danny pull up in an Iron Fist episode or issue. And I was like, I was like, she's dope, man. I like him. Like, I really liked him, but I didn't follow it. Which I kind of wish I would have, but now. Watching the preview for the movie, I was like, this movie looks awesome. Like, I'm excited.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I love the fact that, man, they bring in the wire work. Oh, that got me. I got out of my seat for that one. I was like, yes, man. Because I loved. So one of my favorite movies growing up was Crouching Tiger. Like, it was just one of the most beautiful shot. Like, I love the choreography. I love wire work, and I love that. Oh man, I don't know what it is. There's something really special about it. How it just like that floaty feel, and it's like this dance in the sky, and I was like, man, this is some really gorgeous stuff.
Right.
It's just fun to watch. And so
Mhm.
seeing that there's a little bit of that in there was, I think, super cool. I think that's like
Absolutely.
to bring that Asian cinema to the MCU is just so cool.
Yeah.
I was like,
Absolutely.
good, let's do this. Let's
The mostly Asian cast too, and everything like that. It's
yeah,
super dope.
which is definitely, especially in these times right now, it's like, man, we need that. We need some really. They need it. Jeez.
Yeah.
Like bad.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's like, man, I how cool would it be to be like an Asian kid getting to walk in and see Shang-Chi as this hero. Like, I'm like, man, because I'm trying to think of how many Asian superheroes we've had in the like big screen.
Right. And like headlining or just like in general?
No, I mean, I like looking at the MCU. What'd you get? Wong?
Yeah. Got Wong. I mean, I was gonna say Mantis, but she's an alien. She's played by an Asian person, but
Palm's great though. She's
Palm's great.
But yeah, it's like, dang, man, that's kind of, jeez. Like, and then you look at DC.
Yeah.
Not even close. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's one really cool thing about the Snyder Cut. They really do a good job of highlighting Ryan Choi. Like, he's a standout character in that movie.
Oh, really?
And they set him up so well for potential if they wanted to make like a Ryan Choi Adam movie. Like, they set it up super well.
Oh, wow.
Which I was really shocked at. Like, he's like competent. Like, he carries himself really well on screen and all that. And Zack Snyder was like, yeah, like I would have wanted, or at least someone to make like an all like Asian or like all Chinese like Adam movie with Ryan Choi as a star. And I was like, yeah, I definitely watched that after the Snyder Cut.
209 in all caps is like Bruce Lee. I'm like, yeah. Out of how many other like people? What you had like Jet Li, which was it's like every now and then it's like Hollywood decided, all right, we get one Asian. Which one do you want? And he's got to be able to do martial arts. Yeah, he's got to be able to do martial arts. If not, and he's got to do it in a lot of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, Jackie Chan, who was fantastic, and all of his. Yeah. Jackie Chan though and Bruce Lee were like different. Jackie Chan is definitely Jackie Chan and Jackie Chan's stunt team, which I heard is working on Shang-Chi, if I'm not mistaken, and that is stupid exciting. Karate Kid. He was
Mr. Miyagi.
Only Mr. Miyagi. Yeah, I was like, if you're going Mr. Miyagi, yeah.
I love Mr. Miyagi.
But yeah, but I was like, if I told you to name 10, white action stars, you could probably do it. But if I told you to name 10, Asian action stars, you're gonna have to, unless you know Asian cinema, there's no way in hell you're gonna be able to answer that.
Right. And we're not discounting like Mr. Miyagi, Jackie Chan.
Oh no.
We're not saying that those guys aren't important. It was just like, it would be nice to have more, open the doors wide open for people.
Yeah, and exactly.
We're not discounting what was already there.
Look at literally look at the cast of the MCU after a decade. We're just now, you're just now kind of getting that. That's kind of crazy.
Right.
That is crazy.
Right.
And it's funny to me to think about all the people that complained about the Iron Fist, and they're like, this was a perfect time to get an Asian actor in here and whatnot. I was like, now look at it. Now look at you. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted on Netflix? It's like, that's the one you wanted? Like, I didn't hate it like everybody else did, but I'm like, now it's canceled, dude. You would have lost that.
Right.
So you kind of dodged that one, but I get it. I also
dodged the bullet.
I make a joke out of that, but I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I understand. And that could have been if you wanted to change up the books and whatnot, I'm for it. I personally think that we do need the I want the Heroes for Hire really bad. I think we desperately need, and I'm not just saying we didn't just get it, but I think a black and white equal partnership is muchly needed. Like we got we've got Captain America and Bucky, like you said, but even you talking about how you're like, they didn't really give Bucky that
Shaft, my
much.
boy.
And I was like, but it's gonna happen. We'll get that, and it was cool
Yeah.
to see. Man, I love all the moments and all the moments that we get, and I'm sure I missed a lot just being white, but it's like seeing those moments where like it was when John Walker was like, it'd just be nice to have Cap's wingman on my side.
Right.
It's like, oof, man. And I love the fact that it wasn't even just all that, but when Sam's like, there's always that last
Right.
sentence. And I'm like, man, even
Well, I probably didn't even mean nothing by it too, but Sam's just like, look.
But it's like, for me, when I heard that, I was like, you're a sidekick. You're
right.
right. And that's, I think that's what it was, man. And I'm like, but that's also what John said. John still was holding himself as Captain America and putting Sam and Bucky below him. Like, he's like, I'm Captain America. It'd be nice to have him on my side, the wingman on my side. And I was like, man, right. It was funny because everybody was so for John and whatnot. I was like, man, John's an ass. And even after all of that stuff, he got away with everything. And now he gets to be, it's like, well, he got stripped. Okay. But you saw how happy he was when it's like, you're a U.S. agent now. We're still going to use it. And he's like, yeah, I'm back. Like, it was just all the way over his head. I was like, oh, that's freaking... I mean,
I think we got a little bit of him just being like, okay, maybe I'm not cut out for this Cap business. Like,
well, I think that was perfect. For him to actually literally be like, I'm back, and just to be like completely... that's perfect John. Like,
sure,
I mean, I think they completely nailed his character, which was awesome.
It's such a tragic character too, which is why I was telling you, like, I get so mad whenever people who like don't know the character are just like, the villain of Winter Falcon is John Walker. 10 reasons why John Walker is racist. I'm like, what are you talking about? Are you out of your mind?
It's even funnier.
But it's a tragic character because like you get this guy who like he's a great soldier, like he has all the accolades and everything. He's like the best of the best in terms of like on paper, like the best of the best. He's picked to be the successor to another like amazing person, but even he knows that he's not really cut out for to pick up the shield and everything. And everyone around him is giving him shit for it. Like the Avengers are giving him shit about it. Like the villains that he's fighting are treating him terribly, and he's just like, I can't win. Like I want to be Cap, but I can't be Cap at the same time. It's so sad.
Yeah. Poor guy.
But no, a lot of people like hate him, but they love to hate him. That kind of thing. Which
I think there's a lot of people that love to love him. I've seen it. I've seen so many people that are like such a team John Walker. It's ridiculous.
Right.
I'm like, wow.
I feel bad for the guy, but I don't like love the dude. But I feel bad for him more than anything.
I've seen some people be like, man, yes, we're getting U.S. Agent. And I was like, man, I've never heard you talk about U.S. Agent a day in your life. Do you own Do you even own the action figure of him? Nah.
Huh?
I didn't know who he was.
I think his shield. No, Sean Marshall. He was the best of the best. When they run down his list of accomplishments, like on paper, he was like top of his class or whatever. That's why they picked him to be the new Cap.
Yeah.
So in that regard, he's the best of the best. It's the character. Yeah. He's not the best of the best in terms of character.
Right.
That's why we see the cracks in his character and everything like that. As the series progresses, he becomes more unhinged.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really fun to see. I want to see who they're going to pair him up with, because we know I don't think they're going West Coast, man. It does feel like a very Thunderbolts thing is coming, and I think that's more. I feel like Thunderbolts fits more in line with like a.
I think maybe like a Thunderbolts or like a Dark Avengers kind of amalgam. Like someone said that maybe like Val, Julie Louis-Dreyfus is like kind of like being like the anti-Nick Fury and putting together her own like Avengers team.
Oh, I hope so.
Because like technically the old or our Avengers, they're still criminals, aren't they? Kind of, sort of, or at least not looked favorably upon by the majority of the government because of the Accords.
Is it the ones that like didn't go away in the snap?
Right. Well, I mean, not villains really, but like they tried to like control them with the Accords. That didn't work out. And sure, they saved the day, but I'm sure there are still people high up that are like, man, I would still really like our own like Avengers team, like our own kind of watchdogs or whatever.
Oh, I think that was made.
Do it.
I think that was made pretty dang clear whenever John Walker was presented.
Yeah,
Like there's
yeah,
no getting around. Like, oh yeah, they're definitely trying things out right now. They
yeah,
literally manufactured a Captain America, which was
yeah,
so disgusting. I was like,
yeah.
oh man, and I love that though. I love that they did that because you're just like, man, are you guys freaking real right now?
That's another tragic part about John too, because like the scene where he's like getting like discharged, he's like, "You, I'm
You
only
made
doing what you
me.
guys told me to do.
Yeah,
You made me." And they're like, "Yeah, we don't give a shit. Like it didn't work out. We'll try something else. Bye. No
yeah,
pay. Bye."
no big deal. Like just threw
Yeah,
him
yeah,
away, man. It was crazy. Yeah, who Sean Marshall said most were pardoned,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Bucky. I think you're
They were,
right,
yeah, exactly.
but
They're all
still
pardoned, but like they still want to have their own. They still want to be able
control.
to be like, you go here, you go here.
Yeah,
Our Avengers team. They don't want
they want control.
free range Avengers because
Right.
they don't want like what happened with Sokovia to happen again potentially.
That's my favorite thing about about how Captain America was the most like anti United States government character ever. And people are like,
Yeah,
man, Captain America and they go on and on and on about Captain America. I was like, do you realize that Captain America is not I don't think we're thinking of the same guy. Like Captain America was a
he's
badass and he was ready for change.
he's only with the government if the government lines up with his ideas.
Yeah, I love that about him, man. I was like, dude,
Yeah,
Cap is he's just ready for it. He was like ready to go for it. And if it felt right.
yeah,
That's all there was to it. And that's why I think like they talk about that Steve was literally the anomaly for when it
hmm
came to that
and even
super
he made
soldier.
mistakes. Even he made mistakes too.
Yeah, and I thought that was like probably the most awesome jump, and I had to commend them the biggest one for that Zemo speech about the supremacist speech.
Yeah,
I thought that
yeah.
was probably the probably one of the strongest statements they could have made, besides
hmm
obviously Sam's phenomenal speech at the
that
end.
was good.
That
That was
was
good.
I don't know. I saw that speech coming. Um, I don't know what to
I didn't
expect
see it coming
anymore.
either. I definitely didn't see it going for as long as it did.
Yeah, I was like, wow, and he had me, he captivated me, he
Yeah,
had me. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
and everybody, I liked how everybody was listening, even whenever he kind of shut up that senator guy or whatever. I'm like, all right, they're gonna listen to Cap. They're gonna listen to Cap. I was like, this is really cool,
it's
but
one of those things to where like yes, it was long, but like everything he said needed to be said.
it was important. And if somebody
Yeah.
said it was long, then you weren't listening, and that's sad. That's sad. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, if you thought it
Yeah.
was, you know what I mean? It's like, come on. There's a lot.
It was a very comic booky. It was a very comic booky moment though when he gave the speech and then like the next scene is like, yeah, they listened to you. I'm like, cool. That's all it takes now, huh?
That's all it takes.
Awesome.
Did you get on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, because nothing gets a black man respect like being recorded on,
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
It's
A
like,
black man in primary colors telling a rich white man that he's an idiot. Yeah. And he listened to him.
boy, let me
Bravo.
tell you, that's America. It's like,
Change is coming. Yeah. No, I mean like it's
yeah,
they gave him a win. And I think a lot of
they did.
people me myself included, I thought everything was like it was a happy ending, but it was almost like too happy. Like,
Uh,
there's like in the beginning of the series, they're like, we can't just beat up Walker, take the shield, and then they beat up Walker, take the shield. And nothing bad happens.
That's awesome.
But I'm sure we're gonna see the repercussions like in Cap 4.
That's gonna be something. That's gonna be something to see.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the future. It's so bad though, like that. I don't want another movie of it. I want just more and more episodes of these guys because you just get so much.
Yeah.
Every episode feels too short because there's just they're great and they're amazing, man. I just love all this stuff. But yeah, you're right. I do, but I say that in jest. I do want to see the big films.
Yeah.
How me and Christine obviously are big movie buffs, so
Same.
that's gonna
Same.
happen. And now we also got new friends to go see big Marvel films with, which is gonna be awesome. That's gonna happen. And I'm just like, oh man, the seeing these things happen like in the actual MCU is so cool because of how big the MCU actually is,
Mhm.
and how just to see Sam become Captain America is bonkers to me.
Yeah, man.
It's
Yeah.
just
To see that growth too.
yeah, that is one of the craziest things I've seen. And it's not to mention like the Isaiah Bradley and all this stuff. I'm like, man, we
Right.
really got a lot of really important things in here, but a lot of awesome stuff that just like generally was great to see.
For sure.
Like I still can't believe that we got what we got.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like I said, I'm ready for more Bucky too. Don't get me wrong, Bucky's one of my favorite characters, man. I've always loved that character. I've always been like a sidekick kind of character though. I always liked the secondary. Like I was a big fan of Robin's when I was a kid, and wasn't a big fan of Batman. Now I did like Cap. I thought Cap was cool.
Sure.
There's something about the Shield. You know what's funny is there's something about the Shield and being a kid and having access to a frisbee, and you're like, I could be Cap.
Right.
You're Cap.
Captain America.
Now
yeah.
you're Cap. Yeah, at this point, you
Yeah.
could throw a frisbee any day, hit your cousin in the head. Got it. You know, you're Cap. But there was always something like that about accessibility. And then I remember when Bucky became Winter Soldier, and I was like, this is freaking crazy. Like, they just took this all shucks character and turned him into a total badass, and it doesn't feel forced, which was even more surprising.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I remember that in the books, and it just blew my mind. I was like, man, this is what I'm talking about. Like, been liking this character the whole time, and all of a sudden it's like, yes! Like, I grew up with him, and now it's like this bad... I don't know. That was cool. And the way they've done everything in the... Like I said, I've liked everything pretty much in the MCU, but the one thing that's throwing me off right now is the Sharon bit. I don't...
Yeah.
I'm like... I like Peggy Carter. I liked Haley Atwell so much as Peggy Carter, and I love that show, and it breaks my heart that it got canceled because it was good. It was very like PG because they couldn't go very far with it at the time, but it actually made sense for that time, and it was so well done and exciting. And even during all the craziness before like the merger and stuff, they still kept it in line and on point, and nothing didn't make sense in it. Which was really, really cool. But yeah, all that to say, the Carter name and whatnot, and they obviously hit you in the gut with that whenever he's like, and to keep the Carter name going, and I'm like,
right.
And then she walks out and she's like, oh my god,
right.
Come on,
so do you hate the twist just because you don't I don't, because you like the Carter family and you like that character, you think she'd be better as a good guy? Or do you like the twist is like, it's a cool twist, but I hate that it's Sharon and ruining her family name.
Yeah, I hate that it's Sharon. It's doing its job. It's like got me compelled.
Right.
So I I'm like, oh no, not Sharon. Like I like, I just think back to when it was her, Bucky, and like Falcon and stuff like that, like during all the times. And then of course the death of Captain America, which was, she played a huge part in that unwillingly. And I just remember like the relationship between her and Cap was so special in the books. And then you didn't really get that in the movies. It actually felt kind of creepy.
Right.
It felt weird. I was like, oh man, what's going on? But yeah, then, obviously Cap is gone now. So we're changing all that up. So it's right. I think that's interesting. Like, it's just kind of crazy to think of like how Peggy's bloodline, unless there's something that's like being, played.
Right. There's some long game.
Some long game being played or something like that. I'm like, all right, yeah, I could definitely see something like that. Or like the rumor, what would the rumor was? She's a Skrull.
Right.
Which definitely would make sense, but it was funny to me. Like I remember we were in the Unparalleled stream and people were in there like, nah, they're setting her up to be a bad guy, but she's not. She's a red herring. We're gonna find out who the real power broker is. And by the end, it's like, she's the power broker. That's that. So I mean, sorry, smart guy.
It's almost like a reverse, like Agatha situation.
Yeah.
Where people are like, "Oh yeah, it's definitely her. She's the bad guy or whatever," and it was.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's like, dang.
Yeah.
Like, wait, I was right. It's like I didn't expect this. I think it's people.
Don saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna say Don was saying that the villains, the Flag Smashers, I'm guessing, he said they were pretty weak.
The villains
in terms of like character, I'm guessing. Like not super but like I understand why they were fighting or whatever. But like they weren't memorable to me.
I don't think
really the most memorable one who I thought was the most human was the one dude who was like, yeah, when I was a kid, Captain America was my favorite, and then he gets his head bashed in by Captain America.
Yeah, which was pretty.
But like I never like I understood Carly's fight, but I never liked Carly. I hated Carly. When she died, I was like, cool,
She was
awesome.
and the fact that she apologized, she was just she was misguided the whole time. She was
Mm.
misguided, and she was given too much power and not enough direction.
She was only a kid.
Yeah, and that's I don't know. That's what throws me off. Is like I didn't hate her.
Yeah, hated guts.
I didn't hate her at all. I thought I liked where she was at, and I liked the fact that she was also just she wasn't Red Skull. She wasn't
Sure.
something crazy big. She was a part of something bigger, and this big movement. And I liked
Mm.
seeing it played in so well to like everything. I'm glad, honestly, I'm glad that she wasn't a bigger character and that we didn't have a bigger character, because it would have taken more away from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like that's what we
Right.
were here for. The name of that. And nothing pisses me off
Mm.
more than if they like were to kill off a villain. I hate it. I hate it whenever they like kill off. Like I love the fact that Zemo is still kicking, still
Live and
winning,
well. Still
and
in touch with the Butler.
and on the raft. I was like,
Yep.
there it is. Like we get to see it. This is great. There's so many fun little I don't know. There was fun pieces. So I like the villains a lot, honestly. It sucks that she died, but I think she had to die, and I feel like there's gonna
Yeah.
be, I feel like there could be repercussions in the future for that, but
Sure.
but maybe not. I don't know. There was just so many awesome moments that led to that, but it's like she was cool. I liked her, honestly. I didn't really find her. I didn't hate her. I don't remember finding myself hating her. I remember shaking my head a few times, being like, you're gonna get yourself killed."
Right.
You're in those moments where she's so human and making the mistake of like saying like, you know, well, if we got to kill 5 people, then this and those the people you could tell were like, we're not feeling.
Yeah, I was like, no, you're wrong.
That's how and that's
1,000%.
that's how she's thinking, and she was also the leader, and they respected her enough to they paused, but they didn't call her out, and all it might have taken was for somebody else to call them out. So accountability, like those people
Right.
were just as guilty. There was that moment where she's talking to him.
Right.
There's her versus what, 3 super soldiers right there who could have taken her down and stopped her, and they were paused. And she was like, she said, "One world," and they're like, "One world."
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, this is your chance. If you guys want to say something, say it now.
Speak up. But nah, they were like, no,
No,
fine,
I'll go
whatever.
along with that. And they went right along with it. So it's like, man, I don't know. She put in the work, and for that movement to be as big as it was, I thought was pretty cool.
Sure.
But I like moments like that. I think those are really fun. And like I said, it gave us all that time to focus on our boys.
Mhm.
Which was really, really cool, man. And then we got some awesome moments sprinkled in between, like I said, like the Isaiah stuff, which is just, I can't believe we saw that,
Really cool.
man. And
we're
how
probably gonna get Patriot. Probably gonna get Patriot too with Eli.
and
That's
kid seems cool. I mean, he seemed like the
Yeah.
kid with an attitude for a minute. I'm like, but then the last time we saw him, I was like, all right, that's
Yeah.
cool. I wish we could have seen a little more from him, just to see like, hey, what do we have to look forward to? But I get it. It would have taken why at this point. Yeah, are we?
Sure.
We'll figure that out later on. And I'm wondering if they're gonna go the Young Avengers route, like with we've seen Cassie. We've got
Yeah, we have to. Yeah.
we've got Wiccan.
Mhm.
We've got Skrulls coming, so there's your Hulkling coming into play, and then we've got
Yep.
the main man playing Kang. So,
yep.
And then so then we
Yep.
got Iron Lad.
Other-
So I
And then
wonder.
we got Kamala Khan.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I imagine so. I imagine that's coming down the pipe.
Yeah,
It's
and
gonna be
I'm thinking old school Young Avengers, so I'm not sure who.
Right.
I haven't read Young Avengers in a while, but I remember
Right.
back
Well,
whenever.
so nowadays they're called the Champions, and it's
Okay.
like Kamala Khan, Ironheart, Sam Alexander Nova, Miles Morales, Amadeus Cho Hulk, and then like Time Displaced Cyclops, and they're like the new Young Avengers, but like the Champions or whatever. But it looks like they might be doing like an amalgam of that, just taking like all the teenage characters and putting them on a team. Because you're right, we
That'd
do
be
got a bunch of like old school characters like Cassie and
Yeah. I would
Iron
love,
Lad.
dude. I'd
But
love to see
we've also got like
Stature.
Teenage Spider-Man, like Peter Parker. He could maybe be on that team too,
Yeah,
which would be pretty cool.
yeah, absolutely, man. I still think the kid that plays Walt in not Walt is it Walt in Stranger Things should be
Okay.
Lucas. Jesus, I was thinking Walt. Lucas
Yeah.
to play Miles Morales.
Oh, that'd be cool.
He's funny. I love.
Yeah.
He's my favorite character. It's funny. I couldn't remember his name. He's my favorite character in Stranger Things. And then I saw
Yeah.
him in that Concrete. Was it Concrete Cowboy? Is that right? The new Idris Elba movie coming. I think
I don't
he's.
know.
It's like a country, like it's like a western, but it's like.
Concrete Cowboy's a bar in Dallas.
No, is that not what it's called though? You know what I'm talking about? Have you not seen that?
No, I don't.
It's him and Idris Elba in it. And it looks,
okay.
but when you see him, he looks exactly like Spider-Verse Miles. He's got like his hair shape was right. I was like, what?
Real cool.
And his face structure, he's got like everything about him. I was like, oh my God, it's Miles. Like
you look like Miles, yeah.
You look like Miles, and I know you can act. So, and I know you can be funny, and I know you can be serious. So it's like he's skinny. Kid, I was like, dude, this is like, please do that.
Do it.
Get him. Get the Stranger Things kid in the. Get our first Stranger Things kid in the movie in the universe.
But don't kill Peter. If you're gonna bring him out, don't kill Peter.
No, don't kill Pete.
Because I see so many people like bring in Miles, kill off Peter. I'm like, we finally have a good Peter Parker. Yes, finally. And Garfield was trash. McGuire was trash.
And you fools want to kill him?
Yeah, and they're like, kill him off, freaking Miles. I'm like, I love Miles too, but let's
can we not why not both? Can we have both?
Yeah,
both sounds good.
Oh, did you know they apparently cut a lot of the Flag Smasher stuff out of the show? There was a lot of, so this was the first show that I think they shot, because this was supposed to premiere first and then WandaVision, but then everything got shuffled around. There was a whole subline, like a subplot rather, in the show about like a virus that was unleashed on people. Like all the displaced people and stuff. So there were a lot of reshoots done, and I feel like that would have added that they're trying to have that like humanize, I guess, the Flag Smashers a little bit more, flesh them out a little bit, but they cut all of that out essentially.
Yeah,
I think the word vaccine is mentioned like once in the show.
I think the word virus and a bunch of people dying from it would have probably been, that would have messed with people.
Right.
Yeah, it was crazy. You know what's crazy was whenever I was watching that show Them. At the beginning of each episode, there's it was one episode that actually there's a warning as to something that's going to happen, and then Christine had wanted we watched like the there's a Demi Lovato documentary that was on YouTube.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of each one of those episodes, I noticed at the beginning of every one of her episodes, there was a trigger warning. Literally said, trigger warning, this includes these types of topics. Just in case. And I thought, like, I guess I could appreciate that, but another part of me was like, when it happened for that, I'm like, all right, it's a documentary, it's real life. When it happened in Them, I was like, damn, that felt like a spoiler. Like, there's some stuff like that that's like going on, and I don't want to say anything because it is a spoiler, but that happened, and I was like, man, it makes me think of like, hey, trigger warning, this show does say the word virus, and people will die from it.
Right.
So just in case, that's a crazy, that must have been a crazy decision for somebody to be like, we can't do that. What is it like? You can't say bomb on a plane. Yeah, you know.
Right.
You can't do that. It's like, oh man, that's Yeah.
So, I think that might have actually helped people get on board with the Flag Smash. Not on board, but like be a little bit more invested in them if they were kind of like fighting against this virus or whatever that they were planning to do before.
So is this where we like do like a hashtag of release the virus cut? Do we do that now? Do we do that?
It worked with the Zemo dance. Let's have another fun cut.
Oh my God, let the Zemo dance just exist where it existed. God dang it.
I hate
I
memes.
hate memes. So stupid. Unreal. Nah, it was but it's been it's really fun too, because like at my office, like I've got some comic fans and then people who just watch casually, and it's interesting to see that
Right.
like um the reactions from the Winter Soldier and Bucky and stuff like, or and Falcon and Cap and all that stuff is really crazy, because
Right.
it's like everybody comes, like a lot of people will ask me like, well, so because I stayed away from all spoilers, so I had no idea what
Yeah.
Sam's Cap outfit was going to be. I knew
Right.
obviously he was
Right.
getting an outfit, and I was like, all right, here we go.
Mhm.
But when it showed up on screen, I I freaking lost it. I lost my
That must have
mind.
been great. It must
I
have
was
been
like,
great.
"Oh
Yeah.
my god!" Like, there's something so damn special about seeing something actually done truly from the books. Like something
Yep.
that
So well too.
you've been waiting on a Wolverine mask. I know people has been waiting.
Hmm.
Like, when are they gonna be a? Can they do it? Can it look
Yep.
correct? I think yes. I think definitely it can. Especially after seeing that, because I can't remember, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but like for live action superheroes, that I don't know what you call it, but I call it the gambit, where
Mm.
it's the piece that connects from the collar. Generally, the ears, or sometimes they're covered, sometimes they're
Yeah.
open, and then
Hmm.
the arc, the angel that, and
Yeah.
Mackie had it on. I didn't think that would be possible. I didn't know if that was actually a
Oh,
like,
yep. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
because that's like, I don't know, man. That seems like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny. Like, what can you do? Because like, could you ever do? Now I see that and I'm like, you could do Cyclops now. You could
Yeah.
definitely do Cyclops legitly without doing
Cyclops,
that Jim
Gambit,
Lee.
Angel. Hmm.
All of them. After seeing that, I'm like,
Yeah.
you done goofed. We know you can do it.
Yeah, we know you can do
We
it.
know
Well,
you can.
Fox was very much like, we don't read comics here. We don't read
Yeah. Well,
comics
Bryan Singer was openly said that
stuff.
stuff. I remember he was telling Hugh Jackman to not read the books, and I'm like, you're an ass.
Yeah,
You're also really gross,
that's crazy.
but yeah, you don't, like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? It's the
Yeah, yeah.
it's the subject material. But yeah, that throws me off, man. I was never into the Fox stuff.
Same, same. My favorite Fox stuff is the Deadpool stuff.
Oh yeah, because it's done accurately. It's amazing. You
That's
know.
and going back to, like, oh, I never thought they could pull this off. When I saw Deadpool's eyes move in the movies for the first time, like how he does in the books, I was like, oh, that's crazy. It works. It looks
Yeah, it
stupid.
works. Man, I remember seeing Colossus.
Yep.
I was like,
Yep.
wow, that's what that looks like. It is possible. And then Juggernaut, I'm like, I'm losing my mind right now.
So good.
How is
So
Deadpool doing all this?
Yeah.
Like,
Deadpool with like pocket change.
that's all I could think of, was like watching that and thinking, shame on you, Fox, for taking this long to do something this accurate.
Right.
It just blew my mind. I was really happy with both Deadpool films. I thought those were, and
Very well done.
I'm not like a giant Deadpool fan. In fact, I really tried to avoid him as much as possible, just because I was like, God, I was like, this is getting. I used to quite like him when he was paired up with Cable,
Yep.
because it wasn't all Deadpool. It was nice balance, really good, and
Yep.
so, but seeing Ryan Reynolds, obviously Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds, and he put love into it, did it fantastically. Yeah, and I just didn't have it. I just remember legitimately laughing, and it's great. And also, the funniest thing about Deadpool is that I think one of my favorite things is that Ryan Reynolds doesn't really have an easily imitated voice.
Yeah.
So you
Very unique.
couldn't have a lot of people imitating him, and it was fantastic. Because my God, Borat. No. Yeah, as much as I love Sacha Baron Cohen, I remember there's always a movie like Austin Powers comes around, Ace Ventura,
Yeah.
stuff like that, and I'm like, the people that imitate those I don't, those are not my friends. Those people aren't anybody's.
Like, so much money.
There's nobody's
Yeah.
friends. If your friends are doing that, and especially
Like,
if they're still doing any of those imitations, you should. Yeah, I can't with this guy.
right.
Yeah.
How did he get here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
God, I don't know what is he's doing the Austin Powers thing again. Yeah, all
Mhm.
day long. Like he said the word groovy earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that always bothered me. So it was like something funny because
He
I knew
keeps saying my wife.
it's like cringe. It oh, threw me off. So it was like awesome to see Deadpool who was so funny. Like he's more quotable, I think, in the video games and stuff. And there are some funny moments in there, but there's like, thank God people couldn't just like imitate him because I was like, it's gonna
Right.
get worse.
Right.
It's just gonna get worse. So that was something I really enjoyed.
Deadpool was already pretty cringe in the early 2000s.
Yep.
We didn't need any of that extra cringe to help him out.
No, absolutely not. That's what I was talking about. Like it just got to the point where, like I said, he used to be really funny. Like I thought he was hilarious in the
Yeah.
books, because it was like these moments where he's literally dealing with like that insanity where he's like, and I thought breaking the fourth wall, I was like, this is so cool. I've only seen this a few times before, and that was so damn fun to see, like to read a comic like that, and I loved it. But yeah, thank God that they did that in the movies, man. That killed me.
Yep.
To make fun of Green
Yep.
Lantern and all that stuff. I was like, well, you did it, Ryan.
Yep.
I wonder
And
if are there plans to bring him into the MCU?
yeah, absolutely.
That's gonna be interesting.
He announced recently. He was like, yeah, I'm meeting with Feige. There's gonna be a Deadpool 3 in the MCU, so that's gonna happen.
Is it still gonna be the same rating?
Yeah, it's gonna be the only R-rated thing so far because you can't go from an R to PG-13. People
No.
will be pissed.
That's so
And-
that's such a funny moment, and what a step for Disney to take that, because I know that obviously Disney is family friendly,
Right.
and when you take on Fox, that's like you literally let your trashy cousin stay the night.
Yeah.
Like things are gonna be great. You're gonna wake up in the morning and they're gonna be addicted to cigarettes. They're gonna have drank for the first time.
Oh, what's that smell? What'd you do to the couch? Come on.
Gross. You have sex with your boots
Yeah.
on that? Gross.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, no,
nasty.
absolutely. And like Kevin Feige understands. I think at this point he's just like, look, like the character's rated R, and the comics. More importantly, he's already had 2 rated R movies. We can't make him PG-13. We just can't.
Man, Feige just knows what he's doing.
Yeah, man.
I can imagine the amount of like, gosh, how do you sleep when you're that kind of a person? Like, how can you sleep when you're that busy? I'm convinced like he's like some kind of like he's got to be an L&D. He has to be.
I'm not jealous of him at all for trying to figure out how to bring in the X-Men into the MCU. Like that's a project. That's a 10-year project in and of itself. Just planning.
That and Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
Good Lord, man. Good God. He's got to be like.
He's like, maybe we should have stopped after Endgame.
yeah, that was it. I should have just passed the torch. Like,
I had
there
a
you
good
go.
thing going. Yeah.
I do not envy that at all. That like, I feel like even if you did like, I don't know, even if you like squashed the X-Men by bringing them in and was just like, hey, they're here after the Wanda did it. I'm like, oh,
Right.
Great. People have been pissed off. I'm like, that's so cheap and stupid. And then all of a sudden, a year later, you're like, man, do you see what Cyclops did? They don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, they have to bring, dude, Domino.
He knows how important those characters are. He's going to bring them in a cool way, I hope.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be awesome, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Don Draper said he hopes they bring the Domino back in Deadpool. Oh, God, yes. That was one of the...
Great.
Probably one of my favorite, like, design changes. Like, just genius. That was super genius to me.
Absolutely.
Not to mention Zazie, she's awesome. I like her so much anyways, but like that's just and to bring light that that condition for people that it has to be like,
oh yeah,
awesome, I got a hero now.
I never joke too.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nuts. I think I wish in every Deadpool movie at this point they would bring in a giant A-list celebrity and kill them off.
Brad Pitt.
That was the funny. I was actually literally the biggest surprise for me. I couldn't believe that. I was like,
That was incredible.
Wow. Hey, isn't the guy that played Cole, wasn't he Shatterstar?
Oh, he
In
was.
Mortal Kombat?
He sure was. Yep. He sure was. I like him. I think he's fine.
No, he's all right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
His
I like the
Shatterstar
guy.
was hilarious. I was like, oh
Yeah.
no, what have you done? What have you done? I was like, that was so rough.
All died. Yeah, no, I imagine all of Deadpool's supporting cast will come with him to the MCU.
Man, I feel like that's like such a, you could introduce so many cool characters that way too.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's I think of like some X-Force stuff, and I'm like, it kind of sucks. Like that actually Shatterstar did kind of go out that way, which it was funny, but I'm like, oh man,
No more Shatterstar.
no. It's like unless you like want to play some like Deadpool could get away with bringing characters back, I imagine, in the stupidest
Yeah.
ways,
Yeah.
and he could look at the camera and be like, we can do what we want. So these characters
Yeah.
are back. Ha! See, that's how that
Yeah.
works. In
Yeah,
my
get over
movie,
it.
the snap brings them back. It's like, oh my
Yeah,
god, you're like, you
Jesus.
stupid idiot.
Stupid.
Stupid, but I'm totally fine with this.
So embarrassing. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can't do it, man. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see any. The only reason we got Madripoor in Falcon Winter Soldier is because it was a reshoot. That was a late edition.
Oh, really?
But I don't think we're going to get any. And even Fantastic Four is at the very end of this phase. So like, we're not going to see all these people that are like, oh, Wolverine's coming. None of that's coming in this phase. I guarantee it.
Yeah, it's
I know
gonna.
people are excited, but
They know how. I mean, if the last 10 years have taught you anything, it's that they take their time.
yeah,
I mean, that's all there is to say about that.
pretty
I
much.
know
The
people.
MCU's pretty much been a big TV show up until this point. If you think about it.
Yeah, just gigantic. It's been nuts, and what a hell of a ride to be on for sure.
Yeah.
I remember going to see the first Iron Man, and Christina and I actually got to go see it. Like, I want to say we saw it like hella early. It was either like a month or 2 weeks early. We got to go to this like special screening. It was pretty cool. Like, man, like obviously the hype was pretty real, especially because you could see everybody that was there was a comic fan. So I was like, all right, this is dope. And we had to sit like in the very front row of the movie theater.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, boo.
Didn't even care.
Oh, really? That's how
Yeah,
much
it
you
was
liked
the
it?
first one, man. It was like
Oh,
literally
true.
And then I remember watching him fly across the screen, and I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh my god! Like I still remember that. Yeah, I was like, you see that? That's nuts.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite MCU scenes. His first flight.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is blowing my mind. Like I'll never forget it. And just to think about where they were to where they are now, and it's been the fact that you can go back and watch those not just for nostalgia, but like just to enjoy a good film is crazy. Like it's like, well, man, you should see the first Iron Man. It looks like shit now. It's not it's not like that. They're still really really well done. It's crazy, man. It's that right there is something special.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now we got Loki and Black Widow coming up.
Yep. I'm very excited for both of those. I saw the trailer for Black Widow again yesterday, and Christine's just next to me, just squealing. She's like,
Yeah.
just like, I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that we get female superhero movies is pretty big. You know, it's
I
like,
was losing my mind because in the trailer they mixed the Avengers with like this badass Russian choir.
yeah,
And I was losing my mind. I was like, this is awesome.
yeah. It just looks fun. Do you think Taskmaster is a female?
Nah, I think it's a dude.
Really?
Yeah. Why do people think it's a female? Just cause?
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's, I think it's because the action figure, like I got the figure in and I was like,
Pretty slender frame.
Yeah, it's
Wide hips.
It looked a little. I'm like, well,
Silky skin.
I'm like, well, it's all covered up.
Why are you being weird with your toys, man?
Yeah, wait, you're the one being weird with it. No, it was interesting though seeing that, and then I'm like, oh, it's probably the. Is it Rachel Weisz? Is that her name? Is she like she's not the mom or whatever, but is she?
Oh,
older.
Yeah, she's the mom.
Is
She's the
she?
mom.
Okay. I was like, that's Taskmaster. I got it. I figured it out.
I can see it. Oh, you're already there.
Yeah, I already got it. I
Um,
already know. I already know. So whenever the movie comes out, um, you guys heard it here first. Sorry
yeah.
for the spoiler. Batroc reborn.
Please.
Dude, when Batroc got shot, I clapped. I was like, bye.
Oh, that's one that I was pissed about. I was like, you can't kill Batroc the Leaper. That could have been your Hawkeye or the Dark Avengers.
Bye.
I love Batroc.
You can take
And
your
then Sam, au revoir. I'm like, no.
yeah, au revoir, cauliflower ear.
I'm like, you're such a dick, Sam.
Sam was funny. That killed me,
That's
dude.
bad.
I was dead. I
Oh.
was like, man, his little gold chain.
Yeah. Damn it.
Bye. Bye,
Au revoir.
Batroc. I was dead, dude. I was like, that was funny. He just, yep, gone.
So dumb.
He got his ass kicked. He's got his ass kicked
he'll come
every
back.
time. Every scene you've seen Batroc in, he got his ass kicked in.
Yep.
Every single time. I'll never forget when Stealth Cap dropped that double kick on him. I was like,
Oh, that
oh
was so good.
damn.
That was so good.
Boom. I was like,
It's
yeah.
initiation. In order for you to become Cap, you gotta beat up the truck.
Oh, there's no more Caps now.
Yeah.
I guess we won't be seeing
Just
Bucky.
don't need any more.
No Bucky Caps.
So do you think that because one day they'll inevitably reboot all of Marvel and everything, and we'll probably have Steve Rogers as Captain America again. Do you think people will be pissed that the mantle has been taken away from the black man and given back to a white man, or do you think people will be like, it's Steve Rogers? That was something I was thinking about the other day.
I think it's gonna depend on how they handle that.
Right.
If it was like a complete gosh, I don't know.
Or do you think
they
do you
can
think
do
maybe
that?
maybe Bucky in the MCU eventually becomes a Captain America type and Falcon retires? Do you think people be pissed if do you think they would do you think they should reboot it and give it to like a Steve or like a Bucky or whatever, or do you think people be pissed if like Falcon gives it to like a non-black character within the MCU?
I think if that happened, literally the only person Falcon could give it to would be Bucky. That's the only guy. That's the only one that would ever make sense. He's the only one that, in comics that fans I think would be okay with. And Sam knows how important, it is to Bucky. I think the only other way it would work is a hard reboot with new actors on all fronts, and that seems crazy to me.
Right?
Like I feel like you would go.
It's gonna happen.
But I feel like you would go. I feel like you would go without Cap for a while. It's happened in the books.
Oh, really?
We had Death of Captain America. I mean, it even took Bucky a while to pick up the mantle for that. So I think we would just go without him, because I think you could go without Cap for a bit. You could focus, and not to mention, you could start doing the X-Men and Fantastic Four movies, so you're probably going to get a good break. I don't think you're going to see those Avengers guys. They're going to get to the point where they're so big, we can't have these casts all coming together again.
Well, there's only so many movies. There's only so many things Marvel can make, right? So, like, that was one concern that a lot of people are just like, okay, so we're going to get, like, we have, like, double the characters. We're going to get, like, half as many movies or whatever. And even with Disney Plus, there's only so much money and resources and stuff you can put out. So, no, definitely, I can definitely see, like, this phase is going to focus on this pocket of the Marvel Universe rather than, like, the huge jumble that we've had up until this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Yeah. Because like I said, the only person that I would be good with, and that's just not like, that doesn't, for me, and I hate Bucky Cap. I never liked it. I didn't like it at all. I know a lot of people love it, and that's fine. I just didn't like it. I did, however, like Sam Cap. I thought it was great. I
could see them adapting the best parts of Bucky Cap though, like down the line, because like I've been telling you, I'm like, I feel like Bucky past Winter Soldier has been kind of like, he's had great moments, but he's been kind of useless for the most part. Like he's had like really cool moments, but he's just been pushed off to the side. I feel like him like figuring out his life now that he's technically not the Winter Soldier anymore, teaming up with Sam Cap, and then ultimately he becomes Captain America. Like that's just the ultimate full circle for the character. And then like Sebastian Stan's such a cool dude. You don't have to have him be like the dick that Bucky Cap was like, in the comic. You don't have to have him using a gun. You don't have to have him like, that hard comic adaptation. Make it, tailor it to who Sebastian Stan's Bucky is.
Yeah, because even at this point, I don't think you could even like you said, and the Bucky that we've got right now is he's just good. He's good and he's good in the show, and he's so I don't think he's gonna be that jerk version. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't even like thinking about it, honestly. Like we just got
already like, yeah, but what about
we just got Sam, and I don't want to think about him leaving.
Right.
But yeah, I get it. I don't know. That's interesting.
It was just thought I had. I was like,
no,
man,
I get it. Yeah, because
eventually, whether through a reboot or something, a black man's not going to be Captain America forever.
Right.
Like,
right.
It's going to revert. And I'm wondering like what kind of backlash that'll be,
I just wonder what kind of liberties they would want to take. Like, would they want to like, what happens if we get, Patriot and that works? Like what if we get a new,
or maybe we keep a black Captain America for the foreseeable future. I don't know.
What if we get a new Captain America? What if the MCU starts, like whenever, like how books, like movies catch, it's funny because like all these movies and TV shows that catch up to the books and writers,
right?
Like MCU can kind of do whatever they want. They just take all these nods from whatever. They can literally get to the point where they do whatever the hell they want.
Right.
So it is gonna be interesting to see like where they do go. I think luckily they've got plenty of life left.
Sure.
In that character and that role. Like I said, we just got him, so that's gonna be great. God willing, Anthony Mackie stays with us. You know what I mean? Like just hanging in there. And, I think we're in for a hell of a ride on that one. And luckily we do know that they are smart with their decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they would make one so brash and foolish that the black community would take offense. I would hope not.
Sure.
I think they would like to think of that and be like, oh no, we can't do that, guys. We know we can't do that. That like, why would we? We don't want to do that. Hopefully,
right.
That's what I would hopefully, not just from backlash, but like, hey, we just know that's not a cool thing to do.
We're smart. We know what we're doing.
I mean, but
we made at least 2 movies.
What was didn't they have like, what was her name? The female Captain America kind of character? Was she Hispanic?
Oh, that was are you thinking of Luke Cage's daughter?
Is that her name?
There's some versions where I think it's Danielle. She is a Captain America and she leads an Avengers team in the future.
Okay. See, I could see something like
there's like time travel shenanigans and all that.
Well,
there's
something like that, like future, maybe something.
Sure.
So yeah, what if they could test it, be like some kind of like Doctor Strange, how he can see all of the probable outcomes, and you actually get to see some this time, and it's like, oh wow, so and so with like Don Draper just down there said, imagining Josh Brolin Cable with the shield. What if you had some other character as Captain America, and it could be whoever, Shang-Chi as Captain America or something like crazy like that.
Sure.
And then for me, I think that would be the brilliant way to test waters, because you can like gauge the reaction that you're getting, and it's like, oh, that was just a what if, but it's like, but if they liked it.
Yeah, but what if?
What if? Yeah, but what if we do it?
Yeah,
they could go that route. I don't know. It's that's I think they have a lot of room to play, and that's gonna be cool. But yeah, I could see if like if it was stripped. But I think it'll be, what I'm interested to see again is I want to see. I'd love to see John Walker run into Sam again at least once.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be any bad blood necessarily. They might butt heads on like ideals, but I think he's cool with him being Cap. And like Sam's like, you're not in my way anymore, so I guess we're cool. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that kind of. Yeah, what do they do? Like what?
Because I really liked when Bucky and John were teaming up, and they kind of, for even that brief moment, they went after the Flag Smashers for a bit. I was like, this is fun. I'd watch this.
Mm-hmm.
these two together. I even thought they were gonna like, I don't know, go off and like adventure or whatever
Yeah.
together. But
You know, it was fun while it lasted, but I'm so
yeah,
glad that we're not getting the Sam and Bucky angrily bickering at each other, and now more of the friendship jokes is so
sure,
nice. It was such a, I don't know, I think it was such a great um it just felt like a really natural evolution of a
yep,
friendship, and it was cool. Like where usually at the beginning, which was funny because their meeting is kind of different, but how they're both just like assholes to each other, but we have to work together. When generally, a
right,
lot of people when people meet each other, they're kind of cordial to each other, pretty nice. And then
mm,
later on, it's just hard jokes all the time. Like how we are all the time. It's just like
yeah, yeah.
stupid jokes. You're like, man, you guys are friends. It's like, yeah,
You like each
absolutely.
other? Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, man. Yeah,
Interesting.
take a bullet. I take a bullet for this guy. It's great, really, because it sounds
Yeah,
like you want to punch him in the face. No,
yeah.
no, I'm good.
No, he's fine.
Yeah, that's why I love seeing that, man.
Yeah.
Those moments where like, I think it was one of my favorite earlier moments was it was like kind of in the middle. I believe it was it Sam that pat Bucky on the back when he walked away, or he patted him on the shoulder. It was it.
In the finale.
No, it was like one. It was like episode maybe 4 or so, or 5. They were in this. They were in a deal, and it was like
Okay.
right when they were kind of getting like you could feel like it was one of them was really pissed off, and I want to say it was Sam, and he
Right.
pat Bucky on there, and I was like, oh, that was awesome. That was
Yep.
cool. Like you could see, like it was a hey, chill out, dude. Like
Right.
it was a friendship moment, but it like felt like such a natural like I don't know. It felt like that moment where that next step into like a
Right.
friendship, like where he was like comfortable enough to like pat him on the shoulder where he
Right.
knew he
Touch
wouldn't
him and
like
everything. Yeah. Little
wouldn't
thing.
yeah. It was good. It was
Right.
really
And
good,
then
man.
Bucky does the same thing in the finale.
Yeah,
The little thanks cap.
that was huge. Oh, I love it. It was like
Yeah.
all I heard was what was it? What did he say? Black man shield. He's like I wasn't paying attention. I was
Yeah, I
texting.
wasn't paying attention.
Oh, I was like, oh my god, and he smirks when he says it, and I was like, dude, these two are just killing me right now.
They're
Yeah.
great.
And I love that cut scene of like Bucky literally invited to the barbecue.
Yeah,
I'm like,
just chilling, just showing off in front of his sister.
yes, yeah, holding up the kids.
Yeah,
Him and
I
Sam's
like it.
sister. I was dying, dude. I was like, him and Sam's sister had me going the whole time. I'm like,
Yep. I like it. And Sam's like, no,
no,
we can't
no.
have this.
And every time, I love the fact that Bucky knows that too, and he's like, yep, it's gonna happen.
I don't just want to do it more.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
just messing with
I'm
him. I was
gonna
like,
leave it alone, but now,
yeah, no, you shouldn't have said nothing. Yeah, it's good, man. I everything about I like I said, I had very, very, very minimal, not even complaints, like ideas on changes that I might have changed, but I was like, not even.
show all around was really good.
Yeah.
It was really and just because they're Marvel things, and I like superhero things. I just rewatch them all the time. So
I would like
I gotta
to
go
watch.
back and watch like the making of.
I think it'd be interesting to watch the first 2 episodes of WandaVision again because they were like, I was so excited, but now I'm like, what did I miss?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because now there's got to be something crazy. Because those were 2 of the funnest episodes. And I know a lot of people were bored. They said, "Oh, when's something gonna happen?" I was like, "Well, that's attention spans for you." It's like people just can't wait.
Yeah. Today's youth.
Yeah, today's youth and their memes, and they can't wait an episode. And it's like, oh man, that's always bothers me when
reasons
people.
why White Vision's racist.
Yeah. Proof the X-Men exist.
Yeah. Jesus.
Vision's white, Falcon's black, X-Men exist. Proof. Yeah, dude. I'm like, oh my god. All right. Well, guys, I think we're gonna call it a night tonight. Thank you for joining us on this Monday. Like I said, we're here with just me and Ori, not special guest at all. Just
Wow.
Ori. Just
That's
Ori.
fine.
Just
Reasons why Crewmaru sucks, and I'm never coming back.
and cut off this. I'm just kidding. Just cut him off real
This
quick.
just goes to black.
Full. It's like, hey guys, all right, let's go for another hour and a half.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, guys, thank you so much for all the support and the talking and the fun. And we'll be back again next Monday. Same Maru